enemy. Tapped into my Akashic records gifted me. My dreams, my subconscious, and all my hidden enemies. Tapped into my Akashic records gifted me. My dreams, my subconscious, and all my hidden enemies. Tapped into my Akashic records gifted me. My dreams, my subconscious, and all my hidden enemies. I tapped into my light and expanded to infinity. Women in opposite ends of all currencies. Earth stabilizing water, giving minerals like a mortar. Living in optical trends, manifest infirmary. We do it for the culture, biting the dead, make some vultures. Flipping nipples, causing sickles to my cells. Preaching to kinfolks how they sins taught us to be better selves. Generational behavior summoned us to rebel. Generational saviors summoned us to break spells. Your mindsets, your hell, we manifest our cages. Olukun alienated herself and was restrained in the darkness she created. And so in summation, as above, so below, find grounding in your elevation. Light as a feather be your equation. The high your heart's waiting. Every situation, I won't lie, my Mars and Gemini pull swords without hesitation. I give thanks to outer space, she be flowing so gracious. My dreams, my subconscious, and all my hidden enemies. Tapped into my Akashic records gifted me. My dreams, my subconscious, and all my hidden enemies. Tapped into my Akashic records gifted me. My dreams, my subconscious, and all my hidden enemies. Tapped into my Akashic records gifted me. My dreams, my subconscious, and all my hidden enemies. I tapped into my light and expanded to infinity. I keep my smoky quartz as a pendulum, enjoying all the benefits of a spirit cleanse. My preferred medicine is herbal, it is better than what's given by the Western science of thespians. My Ophiuchus has a better plan. High GM Pisces got the spirit hands. I'm the best in all the land, giving glow to all these souls, dripping through your coil strands. Going to coast through these cosmos, gas myself, biggest fan. My cup stay full and it's overflowing. Queens in reverse, moving cursed, they don't do nothing for me. I embrace my chi cause we always knowing. I reap and keep sowing, living life like it's golden. My bags unloading as I ease on down. Seen in gold if you see me round. Most wanted, I'm the golden child. 911, I'm summoned to help you read yourself. 911, earth rule. When I heal, I free myself. My dreams, my subconscious, and all my hidden enemies. Tapped into my Akashic records gifted me. My dreams, my subconscious, and all my hidden enemies. Tapped into my Akashic records gifted me. My dreams, my subconscious, and all my hidden enemies. Tapped into my Akashic records gifted me. My dreams, my subconscious, and all my hidden enemies. I tapped into my light and expanded to infinity. Leo, Virgo, Venus, bloodline. I'm Virgo sunshine. I'm here for a fun time. Venus is aligned and she adding to the drum line. I came through like a cannon, Vedic Leo like a wrecking ball. I can buy my own flowers to the one who owns my heart. Acts of service and inclusion makes you worth it. Ain't gotta be perfect, but confusion makes me lose circuit. I live in passion, romantic gestures, and creative action. I pay attention to detail and reciprocate my attraction. I got goals and I hope that yours are adjacent. I love to take you places, shaking hands in same places. Be my partner for the ages, I hope you stay a while. I'm known for overthinking, but assurance calms me down. I like affection, you and I moving in one direction. Love and correction, cause you care about how I'm stepping. You pay attention and you adding into my ambiance, assisting with my confidence, my other half, my confidant, someone I be learning from, exercise a discipline. Hey universe, bring me a God who can go within, secure with me showing skin. I prefer chiffon and satin. Help me run the jewels, wrapping copper on El Dragons. What he says, he makes it happen, manifesting with his chakras. I serve and support together, who gon' stop us? We magic. I know I get wrapped up in intellect, it's a habit. Materialize and move to the next. I need balance. Bring me a God that's intimate. Emotion set on sentiment. With patience, I know he's heaven sent. I like communication, boundaries and expectations. Check-ins on occasion. Growing on the same pages. Controlling our stimulation with infinite vibrations. Be my friend, be my friend. Bust down jokes with my folks. If you blend, then we win. We safe spaces, gate makers, celestial note takers. Be on my level, knowledge of the flyers, the naysayers. Virgo thoughts on my heart make me analyze. Leo experiences take them thoughts and then they amplify. The wands and pentacles bring big energy. He gotta have a big throne if he gonna sit with me. Gift exchanges, holding hands, and we create an art. A universe, align me a God that's gonna mirror my heart. Be my friend, be my friend. I'm loyal, Virgo, soil like a lamp to a gem. Be my shim. Be my friend, be my friend. I'm loyal, Leo, spoiled, but I give it back times 10, and that's my hymn. Be my friend, be my friend. If you want me, then say it so I apprehend and expend. Be my friend, be my friend. The universe brought you here, let the rom-com begin. Hey, be my friend.
This for the gentrifiers. This for the gentrifiers. Papa Legba, Yeshua, Ilegua, come out, Papa Legba, Yeshua, Ilegua, come out, Papa Legba, Yeshua, Ilegua, come out. 'Cause this is our land. Yes, we was here first. They came here on a boat. They'll leave here in a hearse. They'll leave here through the dirt. They're going through the earth. We're channeling the ancestors to undo their curse. 'Cause once upon a time, we all could read and write. That legalese is lies. Strong men spell cursive ties. Strong men all caps disguise. They've gentrified our lives. We've redefined their sights. We've redefined their kind. Yes, this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. This shit here is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose it. Yes, this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. Yes, this shit is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose. When you chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor you gon' choose? Play their game, but by our rules. I'm Queen Annie the Maroon. I am Queen of Dongo. I am Queen of Zinga. I am Yenaga. I'm Carlotta and Fermina. 'Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor you gon' choose? 'Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor you gon' choose? 'Cause I am a goddess. I am a priestess. I chant these mantras and they all repeat it. If we make a promise, this land we gon' seize it. Get vengeance for Mother Earth treason. This ain't the gentrifier. This for the gentrifiers. This for the gentrifiers. This for the gentrifiers. Repetition of empires. Invading land with gunfire. Slavery not posters for hire. Income not what you desire. Outcome working jobs for hours. Mindset waiting to retire. Never stop working for dollars. 'Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. Which ancestor you gon' choose? When you chant, they gonna lose. 'Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. Which ancestor we gon' choose? When we chant, they gonna lose. Ashe, I mean. My spirit guides come in with that sin. My ancestors defend. I got that juice to transcend. Ashe, I mean. My spirit guides come in with that sin. My ancestors defend. I got that juice to transcend. 'Cause I am a Santi. I am a Sata. I am a host. I am a homie. I am a Tamba. Yes, I am a Tamba. 'Cause I am a Santi. I am a Sata. I am a host. I am a homie. I am a Tamba. Yes, I am a Tamba. Yes, this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. When we chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor we gon' choose? Hey, choose. 'Cause when we chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor we gon' choose?
With the wrong witch, and she knows it, and now you know it.
Black nobility is melanated people that is from Africa, and what it stands for is a society within an elite society. And what this is these are the richest people in the world, and they run the world. And they are melanated people from Africa. They're called blackamoors, and They're in Europe and they're still running Europe. This is why when you go to Europe, you see a lot of melanated statues, because this is who is really in charge. But we're taught.
Okay. I'm going to let it continue, but remember, this is Sister Rabel. She's a Facebook friend of mine. Royal Metal Fortress is a Facebook name. I haven't seen any people of this land, we so-called African Americans,
to apologize because she didn't want you to know the truth, that she was paying homage to the Blackamoors.
These individuals who took over Tartaria, all right? They took over Tartaria. The Tartarians was just the same thing as Atlanteans. We had the same system all over this realm, all right? The Tartarians is just another section of Atlanteans, but we work together. But these individuals came here on ships and fought against us. And they came in large numbers. Plus, they came with the whites. All right? Yes, the whites invaded, but these individuals also invaded. And if you notice, they don't look like us. They look completely different from us. All right? So understand that we're dealing what we're dealing with, because it's coming to the point of time where, they want to control, like they control all the money, everything else, because the only thing that they can do in this realm is control the physical things. They have no power to link into the planet because they don't belong here.
Yeah, that's how I'm coming today. Peace, y'all. Welcome to today's Hump Day Reading. I didn't know how I wanted to start off, but I was like, yeah, let me hold on a second, because I'm on multiple platforms at one time. I'm over here pressing buttons. I'm working on my producer skills. Where's knowledge? But peace, y'all. Welcome to this Wednesday's Hump Day Reading. That's how I'm starting today. Shouts to Remedy H. Y'all make sure y'all follow Remedy H on YouTube. But he's definitely been speaking some things that I've been having on my heart and my soul and my gut to speak to y'all about today, especially my Aboriginals out there celebrating this bum ass holiday. They are not us. Okay? This is deeper than some country versus country energy. This is deeper than the condensed information you've learned in public school. Public school, we all know, is intentionally, it's an education program. Education is synonymous with training. You're being trained, and what are you being trained to do, or who are you being trained to be in these education things? You're being trained to be a citizen. Now I want y'all to look up what a citizen is. I want y'all to break down the word citizen. I want y'all to tap into shit. I wish I would have brought that video up. In fact, I'm gonna do that on just a random day, just chatting with y'all. But citizen is not what you think it is. None of these words really mean what you think they mean. You're really being trained to be a slave, to stay in slavery, like how the Moors intended you to be. And so now you got the Moors coming back out because they've come up with another ruse. The American dream no longer works, right? The American dream no longer works. The melanated people over here on the east side, because this is the east, okay? The melanated people in the east that are destined to rise up, and they are. They're learning about their genealogy. They're thirsty for knowledge. And what they did to satisfy the first rise of the East knowledge was they gave them different nations. They gave them the 23andMe. They gave them the DNA thing. They gave everything to remove them from being native to this land right here. You are everybody but over here. So who the fuck was over here if you wasn't? You don't find it suspicious how you can take a DNA test and they'll give you everybody's bloodline but the bloodlines over here on this soil? It's because you're not supposed to connect yourself to this soil. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to feel so disconnected that you don't even want to fight for it. You want to go to the other side of the globe, on the other side of the hemisphere, and be a part of the same system that has you enslaved over here. Peace. Let me give shouts to the tribe. So as y'all acknowledge this bum ass slave ass holiday, I want y'all to be aware and to celebrate y'all true heritage, y'all true genealogy, and y'all bloodline. And if you don't know it, go find the fuck out. These folks ain't been over here that long. You can have a conversation with your great grandmother if she's still around. If not, your grandmother will suffice because she had a grandmom, and I'm sure she remembers her grandmother. Start talking to your family. Go to family reunions. Start coordinating family reunions. You know, learn the history of your bloodline, of your lineage. It's easy to cut off our family and be like, I don't fuck with them, this, that, and the third. But if you ain't gonna fuck with them, at least go to them and get some knowledge. And then stop fucking with them. At least know where you came from. And then stop fucking with them. If you don't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? But you need to know where you came from. You need to know the tribe you came from, because it's a lot of energy going towards separating you from this soil, from this land. Why? Why do they keep trying to convince you that the motherland is on the other side? As if we don't know that the artifacts over here are way older than the artifacts on the other side. And why are they older? Why do you think they're older? Like I said, it's bigger. It's bigger than the land versus land situation. If you look at the map beyond the ice wall and you start to look at the planets for how they're really set up and not how they've been sent to us by NASA, okay? And if you look at the map the way it's supposed to really look like, you'll see that it is intergalactic, interplanetary relations. It's bigger than this quote-unquote country. And that's why they utilize commerce and they have the incorporations in the countries and things, because that's the make smaller and more sizable and digestible to the people that can't think beyond the 2D, 3D scale. We made it digestible and sizable by saying, oh, we just have 7 continents, and on the 7 continents we have countries, and in the countries we have states, and in the states we have districts and counties, and then we got the cities and the municipalities and the townships within, right? That's easy to break down. That's easy to digest. That's 2D, 3D shit. But you're not naturally a 2D, 3D person. Going back to what Remedy H said, if you notice, a lot of these people were engineers. They had ingenuity, and it was very much celebrated in our culture. However, not our culture, but their culture. You know why? Because they can only deal with items outside of themselves. They can only deal with books and libraries and telescopes and structures and inventions and tech. Like, they can only deal with the things that they build. They are a very masculine society. They're very patriarchal. That's why they came over here with that. And then you got some folks over here that's drinking the Kool-Aid and they don't even realize that's not even their flavor. You feel me? Because they fall in love with the visuals of it. That's why we had people in Hollywood like the Carters that glamorize that land over there. You know, they glamorize it a lot. Glamorize the art and everything because they're trying to infiltrate it in you. You're black. You're African. You used to be a slave, and you just were a part of a slave culture, and you weren't. You had the ability. We were a very feminine culture, feminine to where we didn't need all the tools and all the inventions and all the books and all that shit. Our history was verbal. We shared our stories through song and story. We were telepathic. We were non-physical beings. Yeah, we were in our human body, but we didn't need all the stuff that they over there making with their hands all the time. And that's why you feel so at ease. And they made sure they got to our men first. A man and his feminine energy is so dangerous because a man automatically wants to protect and provide no matter what dimension he's in, no matter if he's in his masculine or in his feminine energy. A man's connection with nature could do anything. And they took our connection with nature and they replaced it with money. That's something they made over there on that side. We didn't need that. We didn't need that over here. So they told us that we were the West Side. But somehow you can find artifacts and black holes and triangles and now they have pillars popping up all over the fucking place. You have all these things that they find over here. They're still finding them. That means that they haven't fully discovered and explored this land over here. That means that they're still realizing how old we are and how old our land is. That means that they're not as smart as you think they are. They just have us distracted with their corporations and their government. We're giving these motherfuckers too much power. And it's not white people. They look like us. That's why it was so easy to hop into the ocean and swim out to the fucking boat. Because it was like, oh, it was familiar faces. People we've traded with. Why do you think our art is over there and some of their art is over here, but it's not dominant? So that's what I have for y'all. I'm gonna touch on that again later on. But in the meantime, in between time, let's talk about some planets. So y'all already know what to do. Our old tradition is so essential. Ashe, it is. And we need to bring it back. Because paper is not our game. That's their game. And that's why when you learn all about this more science shit and the legalese and the law dictionary and shit like that, you feel less and less connected to yourself and more connected to their game and how they do stuff. It's not our shit. I was talking to my grandma last night in a dream. She was giving me game. Oh yeah? Definitely love to have you for a cosmic pop-up. Have you back for another one to tell us about that game your grandmother put you on. And I'll have a schedule coming up for that real soon because I'm definitely getting my schedule in order right now. So peace, y'all. Welcome to this knowledge board day, gang. Last time I did the Hump Day reading, I found a little structure to my Hump Day reading. And I'm very excited about that. So y'all already know what to do. If y'all would like a personal card pull for yourself, you're more than welcome to comment in the chat while you guys are doing that. I'm going to be going over you guys as a collective. I'll be doing a collective reading for you all. And so last time we were here together, I realized, there was a way that I really like to, announce everything. So let's talk about it. We're going to base everything on the summer solstice. The summer solstice is June 20th at 4:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? So when I talk about where the planets are at, their degrees, the latitude, the house, or whatever, I'm going from specifically that moment in time when we enter solstice. This is when the sun is over the northern hemisphere, and so now we have more daylight and heat over top the northern hemisphere, and the earth, top, the nipple of the earth at the top is tilted more towards the sun, and it's hot over here, and we love it. At least I love it. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I like to be hot. And so that's the solstice that we have in the space, not to confuse with a philion that's happening on July 4th, when we have the sun in Cancer and Earth in Capricorn, which are each other's equal opposite energy of Earth and water. And tomorrow we also will be experiencing that a little bit as well. Just take Earth a little bit of time to catch up. But in the meantime, so the sun will be in that Cancer energy, that energy of intuition, the feminine energy. This is the energy of going inward, nurturing, mother. Home and family is probably where you want to focus at in this space and time, definitely. Cleaning up your house, cleaning up your safe space, if there's a safe space in your heart, in your family, amongst your friends, etc., etc. All of those safe space matters. Scooby, back up. One is more important than the other. Excuse me. What do you want to do? You want to go use the bathroom? Scooby, move! Come over here. This is insight, intuitive. Oh, so be mindful with the Cancer energy because Cancer is represented by a crab. So you think about the analogy that you have the gooey softness in the inside, the water energy all in the inside. That's where all the good stuff is. That's where everybody will get to, but you can't really get to that like that because you gotta get through this hard ass shell first, and then the claws in the front. It's very creepy looking, it's scary. And then the only sign of internal life that you have is these little beady eyes. That's as much as they give you. The little beady eyes is all they're gonna give you, and they pitch black. So it's a lot of boundaries. It's a lot of walls there. It's a lot of defense there to prevent people from getting in. But once you get in, I like crabs. I don't know about y'all. Fuck with the crab gang. But it's the stuff. And the moon is associated with that because, that's what we do with our emotions naturally, right? We go into crab space with our emotions naturally. We know that the moon rules over the waters or whatever, and so that's internal energy and stuff like that. So we have the sun kind of in a moon space, if you will. So more intuitive energy for self, more going inward. People get on my nerves, but I'm not going to let it. Because I'm a mutable sign, and being a mutable sign is very difficult, because when you are mutable, let me tell you, when you are any of the mutable signs, whatever is going on with the planets, you're flowing with it in your own elemental way. I'll give you an example. I am a Virgo. I have Virgo placement, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus. We all know this, right? We know this because we listened to my EP a lot of times, right? Yeah, we did. So all these places are mutable. So as the Sun, Mercury, and Venus enter Cancer, guess what else is into Cancer? But I'm into Cancer in the Earth realm, in the Virgo energy, if you will. Like I like to manifest things, but this ain't really a space for manifestation and stuff like that. But you get the catch-22. If you're a cardinal energy, you're taking initiative with the home and family energy. If you are fixed energy, unless you are healed fixed energy and you're aware and you know how to be stable amongst what's going on around you, that's probably like your lesson you're probably learning in this life anyway, to be fixed, but also learning flexibility at the same time. So you could be a lot of your own resistance when you're in elements outside of yourself when you're in a fixed space. Jupiter Ray Day for the solstice with the moon in Sag right now is dope energy. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I'm trying to figure out the symbolism of a bat at my front door today before the solstice. I am not sure about animal symbolism. I am not there in my walk. We love that Virgo moon energy. Thank you. Amanda, what was the bat doing? Cymatic said, what was the bat doing, Amanda? This happened to that. Hello, everybody down here. If you want to TikTok. Okay. But yeah, I'm not sure about the bat. I don't know what a bat symbolizes. But your door is a threshold. So that's a thing. All right. So when we enter solstice, we have the sun also entering Cancer. I gave you guys a deep, and all this is happening in the 8th house. The 8th house is the house of transformations, death, and rebirth, right? This is the house of like build and destroy, your solar plexus chakra, your empowerment system, the gut that controls the mind or whatever. Everything starts with the thought or whatever. So in this space of time, y'all know this is why I don't go live. It's too much shit around me. So, yeah. Trying to get myself together. It was just there. I was just there doing nothing. Okay, so yeah, when you have the sun in Cancer, you're having those Cancer experiences going inward, and we're putting that to our solar plexus chakra, right? You're empowering yourself with these emotions. You want to be empowered with these safe spaces that you create for yourself, how you nurture yourself. Like this is all in the back gut cleanse, right? This is all for the empowerment of you, right? Tapping into your feminine energy and stuff like that. And so that's what's happening in the tropical. So that's our mindset on things, right? What's happening in the Vedic and the Draconic chart, which are actually a whole lot closer to each other. Well, it seems like the Draconic chart is starting to more so speed up into the tropical chart a little bit more than it was, because earlier this year was all about the Vedic and the Draconic chart being so close. They were only a couple days apart, but now it seems that the Draconic and the tropical is getting closer. So we had a lot of spiritual experiences because the Draconic chart deals with our spiritual experiences. Right now, they're both in Gemini. So in our vortex, as well as in our spirit, we're still attracting or absorbing the community, right? Communication, light traveling, experiences with our family, like the family that you actually like grew up with, like parents, siblings, cousins, grandparents, things like that. Intellect is a big thing here. Being flexible and being quick with the mind, sharp-mindedness. We want to be careful with the air, though, because air cannot be contained. So what can happen with that is fickleness, unfocusedness, being all over the place. You can overwhelm yourself, overbooking yourself, overdoing things. That is a thing. You want to be careful with that. So that is the stability you want to have in Gemini. All right. So what we were supposed to learn in Taurus, because Taurus comes before Gemini energy, is Taurus energy. You're supposed to learn that discipline. You're supposed to learn that focus. You're supposed to learn how to be stable and how to have a routine and really like slow and steady to a goal. You were supposed to really implement that, okay? Because that is the key that you need to really help stabilize yourself in this Gemini energy. So our mind and our thought process is on like, okay, I kind of want to go back inward. I kind of want to do these things and stuff like that. But you're still attracting a community. You're still doing like traveling with that air energy. You still have all these opportunities coming to you or whatever. So, and this also shows how your intellect, your intuitive intellectual self, your emotional intellectual self, depending on where you are at on the spectrum with that, that is what's going to control the community you bring into your space. That is the community that you are absorbing around you right now. This is that, okay? So you want to be mindful of that. Where's your emotional intellect at? Where's your intuition at? If you like met somebody and your intuition was like fuck this guy, and you decided to be your intuition's resistance, then yeah, you're around people that you shouldn't be around, because you're not paying attention to your Cancer energy that's saying no, not over here, we're not getting nurtured over here, this is not this over here, this is not that over here, you got to move. And you being your own resistance, well, guess what? You're going to stay around that community. You're going to keep invoking those spaces and those relationships. You're still going to be unfocused and fickle because your intuition and your actual actions are not in alignment. And whatever your physical and non-physical responses are to disalignment, that's what you're going to be feeling. And I'm pretty sure that's like, low-level hell to a lot of us, whatever that is for you. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be mindful of that. And reminder, all of this is in the 8th house. So it's all here to empower you to learn how to stand 10 toes down. We in the year of 8, so we give thanks that we're walking into this next quarter of the year. This is actually the second quarter of the year, if you're in tune with the Aries being a new year. So this is, first quarter. How did you like the first quarter that we spent the year? How did you like the first 3 months or the first 90 days? Was that cool? Did you enjoy how you spent those decades? You spent 9 decades so far. Right? 9 is the number of completion. There's no number higher than 9. That's how we lock in. So how was those decades? How did you enjoy them? Did you do the 1 through 10 accordingly? Those are questions, rehash as we are in this quarter. You look back to move forward. Sankofa, right? Because we're about to walk into the next quarter of the year. And then we'll be at the half a year when we get to the equinox. All right. So these are things to pay attention to. This is dope way to put how you're planning things and organizing things and your energy and awareness into bite-sized pieces. So when you go outside and you have these energy exchanges and you have these experiences and you have these gains and losses and things like that, you know what the fuck is up. 8 also deals with the gains and losses, right? Because 8 rules over the market. So people that own businesses, some of you guys having a high highs, some of you guys having the low lows. I want to let y'all know the goal is to be the homeostasis in the middle at all times. Unless you want to play that game. If you want to play that game and you trust that game you're playing and you're good at it, you know how to flip it or whatever, do your thing, play the game. But I don't want to hear shit about having low lows. Every time something great going on in my life, some bullshit happens. Yeah, you're playing with the 8. Everybody got an 8. Everybody has an 8. So you play with the 8 however way you want to, but just know you're playing with it. Greg, I posted a few videos of it. It moved to my backyard and I gave it a cherry. Amanda, that's a touching story. I'm sure that bat appreciated you. I didn't know bats eat cherries. I guess fruit bats. I don't know. I'm walking into my animal stuff, but there's other things that I want to learn first. I'm going to be at the zoo soon. But yeah, so that's what we have. We have water. We have a water and air sun right now. And that's what we're going to have up until July 20th. And then we'll finally have the sun enter in Cancer Vedically. And then we'll have the sun entering Leo tropically. So now we'll have fire thoughts and water vortex. And that water vortex is going to be what we create from the water thoughts that we have now. You know what I'm saying? Everything starts with a thought. Everything starts with the thought. It all starts with tropical energy. That's the patriarchal energy. That's what I was talking about when I first started this video, telling y'all about the Moors and the patriarchal culture and stuff like that. They got to be first, because if you're not first, you're last. We ain't never think like that. We don't think in linear terms over here because we never had to. Everything was feminine. That's not straight lines. Those are spirals. It matters. It's a difference. Okay, so that's what we have going on with the sun and our solar experiences. The moon will be in, like Adonis was telling us, the moon will be in Sagittarius in our thoughts. Okay, so now while the sun is in water, while the sun is in water, our moon is in fire. Okay, and it's at a 15 degree 1-5 knowledge on the power of your truth, right? And you're going to get a lot of that with that sun in that 8th house. That's empowerment. That's the solar plexus chakra. All right. So now you have the moon, our internal and our intuitive energy. It rules over the feminine side of our third eye in alignment with our sacral chakra, our Jupiter, our generosity and our luck, our wisdom, our internal oracle type self, right? Jupiter is Obatala, that rules over the mind. So we have this alignment. And I say that with Sagittarius because you have Sagittarius on the external side of the solar of the sacral chakra. You have Pisces on the internal side. So wherever you are on the spectrum of Mayat, wherever your internal law is, that's what dictates how you act it out in that Sagittarius energy. So you'll feel that a lot in your moon space. And I'm going to get into this with you. I promise. I won't wrap it all up so that you guys get your collective readings. But I want to, just let y'all know what's happening transitly first. Adventurers, being impatient and an opportunist. A lot of you guys tapping into the spiritual side of things, going on spiritual adventures, more so outside of self. Again, reflecting back to the video I made in the beginning. A lot of y'all think y'all not from over here. I don't know why. We were separated by phenotypes, but it was all types of shades and stuff like that. And we wasn't brown. Y'all keep relating everything to being a brown color, but then y'all look at paintings from the golden age and it was aliens everywhere. All different colors, all different sizes. Right now, we all different sizes and shapes, but they gave us all the same color because of the oxygen in the air that's resting us. But don't lose sight, okay? Don't lose sight. Those paintings is not that old. Put the dates together and then think critically, because that's what it is. They gave you all the pieces to the puzzle. They didn't tell you how to put the puzzle together. There's no blueprint. There's no picture to look at for reference. They just gave you all these puzzle pieces. And they're like, we gave you the pieces. That's all we had to do. You figure it out. And that's a part of the game. I'm a water sign with a fire moon, just different signs. Okay, so you're going to feel it on the elemental level, but you might not feel it in the same modality. Because I want to say Cancer is fixed. Where are my papers? Some stuff I don't know off the top of my head. I got notes everywhere. No, Cancer is cardinal. So that's the initiative energy. And then Sagittarius is mutable. So that's the adapting energy. So you have a cardinal sun, you have an adapting moon. So your experiences are going to come before your intuition comes to adapt to it. But on the bright side of things, it's in a cardinal order. So they're both here to support your spiritual side. And hopefully you guys stay in that spiritual realm and really tapping into that non-physical. And now the more I talk, the more I realize why I even started this episode with Remedy H the way I did. It's like bringing us back home. Come back home. Non-physical, no paper. Hey, Trigger. Now, while that's happening in our thoughts, in our vortex, the moon is in Sagittarius on Draconic. So we're having those experiences and our soul is having that experience as well. All this is happening in the second house. This is the house of priorities, value, materializing, determination, reliability, stability. Be mindful of being too like narrow-minded, horse blinder type energy that Taurian energy can have. Be mindful of being stubborn and not being able to be flexible, because you could be your own resistance with that second house energy, especially with so many things in Gemini in the vortex. It's a lot of stuff coming in to help exercise your flexibility. And if you're being stubborn and you're being on your own shit and you don't want to fold and bend and mold and you want to make other people fold and bend and mold instead of you learning how to do that yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing yourself a disservice. You got to move a little different, flow. Um, but that the Sagittarius is on the tropical as well as the draconic. Now in the Vedic, the moon is in Scorpio still, so we're still in the Scorpius constellation with it. Um, in our vortex, transformations is happening to our moon energy, to our intuitive space, to that also deals with death and destruction. So you might have some of that happening in your home and family, some things being taken away, because we are talking about the second house here. So some material things, different ways you guys have been making money, some of the things that you guys find the most value in or you prioritize the most. Some of that shit is getting taken away from y'all, removed or reduced. It depends on how high you were on the 8 versus how low. See, I wasn't that high on the 8. They was breadcrumbing my ass. I've been getting breadcrumb for the last 4 fucking years. So I'm at the homeostasis. Fuck it. Can't take shit away from somebody who ain't got shit. Bouncing of opposites is the name of the game. It is. It's the magician card. Magician card is my favorite card. That's what it is. It's that figure 8 on top of my man's head when he's balancing all 4 elements. And it's actually 5. So I got the 5 element behind my back. You ain't even see that, John. Keep him guessing. Keep him on them toes. So, yeah. It's all second house energy. Some of y'all gonna have transformations on how you get the coin. But remember that the sun is in the 8th house. So those experiences, when you start walking in your power, you start working in the power of your truth and how you navigate through things. You let your intuition put you in rooms and around communities that you need to be in. Some like traveling happening for some of y'all in y'all experiences. And we're gonna get into this because I'm about to start dividing y'all up into the elements so y'all can see personally how this affects you. You know, don't be a resistance. You're gonna walk into different situations because after destruction comes, rebuilding, right? Rebirth. So we give grace, we give thanks, and we are aware of the knowledge of that 8th house and that second house. When our sun and the moon, both of them being in our third eye. All right. Now, we do have some alignments. Like in tropical, we will have the sun, Mercury, and Venus. They've been creating a triangle the past couple weeks as Mercury and Venus have experienced their superior conjunction with the sun. So triangles we know is 3s, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So we had Mercury enter first. Mercury gave us the knowledge, okay? Venus was second. Venus gave us the wisdom, internal vortex, feminine energy. And then we have the understanding, the expression, and our experiences of the sun. That is our triangle. We begin with Mercury. Begins with the thought. Get straight that enough it. Begins with the throat chakra, the thought, how you listen, how you learn. Okay? What you implement. This is the month of 6. Your health, wellness, daily routine, your habits, your moral and integral code. It all starts there. It's all starting there. That's why we do the mathematics, how we do the numbers. No matter how much motherfuckers try to confuse us, they can't completely do it because the universe always is in our favor. We are the non-physical beings. We are the ones that are most in tune with the universe. Everybody else need to build shit with their hands to survive. Meanwhile, most of us can just go with it. You got breatharians and, people that just go outside and just exist. Thank you for the diamonds, y'all. Thank you for the gifts. So, pay attention to that. Pay attention to who is still stuck on that. Oh, I need this. I need the materials. I need that. I need the things. I need the blah, 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 blah. Because most likely those are the people that are going to stay in the old world. And I'm not saying one is better than the other one. They both have to exist. I don't know if y'all fans of Kimia Dawson, I am a fan of Kimia Dawson. I forget the name of the song, but she got the one, John, and she talk about how everybody has a place. If you want a suit and tie job, go to your fucking suit and tie job. That's what you want to do. That's the dimension you want to be. If you want to be in the AI dimension and you need artificial intelligence because you can't think on your own, you need a chat GPT and all this shit to do the thoughts and the creative energy for you because you are incapable and incompetent, then do that shit. If you are on your 9D shit and you feel complete and whole and you can do everything by yourself and you can go inward and you know your connection from your ketters and your 1 to your 0 back to down to your makoof of your 10. You feel me? If you can do that with your by yourself and with your tribe, then go to that reality. It's no reality bigger or better than the other one. I'm just gonna talk shit because that's what I like to do. I mean, you can take it however way you want. I'm the goddess of the crossroads, though, so in all actuality, I take the liberty to touch all of them however I want to, whenever I want to. Not everybody can do that, but I do that because that's what I was here to do. Some of y'all can only do one. Some of y'all can do some. It is what it is. We all have our place. But, that's what you choose. Hey, Bushy Bear, pay attention to the lesson. Oh, y'all over here chatting. Funny. I'm sorry, y'all all the way down here. I'm up here. But yeah, so that's what it is. That's how you pull a magician card. You can be whatever dimension or reality you want to be. You need to be. Just keep it 100 about your capabilities and your capacity. We are in the year of 8, so if you're not where you're supposed to be, trust and believe the universe is going to move you where you need to be. Some of y'all is in a 9D when y'all should be in a 3D. Y'all over here playing because y'all heard you can make some coins over here pretending to be 9D. And guess what? You going to jail. A lot of y'all going to jail. Wonder why? I see y'all. Y'all already going to jail. Y'all trying to bring people to time travel back to the other side of the hemisphere, pretending to be Moors or whatever the fuck other kind of nations. Y'all duping them, and y'all don't even know what the fuck y'all doing for real. Because y'all really 3D. Y'all pretending to be 90. Y'all don't even know all the vernacular. So where you end up? In jail. If not in the physical jail, you in the mental jail. You're in the spiritual jail. You're in a social jail. You can't go outside because you owe niggas money. You know what I mean? You can't make another YouTube video, brother. So those are the different things, and you're going to see a lot more of that happening in the year 8. A lot more messy people on Club Shay Shay. You have Pluto sitting in Aquarius. Aquarius rules over electronic communication. So you have that 8 happening in our root chakra. Aquarius is associated with not only our root chakra, but also we're rooted downward and upward. So you have that higher and lower self both in that Aquarius air energy. And we have Pluto now. They're now creating that transformation and occultism. And so when you think of occultism, it's not always dark Illuminati shit, but yes, those seven secret societies that started the shit over here, that whatever. Yeah, their shit is coming out. You're gonna start seeing. Oh, it was these people that look just like us that started these 7 secret societies. They're actually the patriarchal nation. They're actually still running the shit. Then go back and watch They Clone Tyrone again because they literally told you that. Nobody was watching it the way I was watching it, I guess. But honestly, that movie was just confirmation to what I already felt about the MSTA and all the other factions of it, and that came from my actual experiences of being in the temple. So that's why I'm the goddess of the crossroads, because I can still sit in the temple and be like, in my mind, I know the truth. I know what the fuck y'all doing or whatever, but I can still smile and shake y'all hand because I know some of y'all in them temples don't belong in there. Y'all just confused. Y'all see people that look like you and you get excited. The same way we got excited and we swam to them damn boats and start shaking their hands like, yeah, we're going to teach y'all how to make GMO corn. We very in tune with the DNA strands of the different plants and animals here. So if we want, juicier corn and we want, taller string beans and all the shit like that, we know all the things to do. So we teach them how to do it, but they don't know how to do it how we do it. They had to do it how they do it. They have to put it in a petri dish and build warehouses and science labs and shit like that. MSTA is the more science temple. All of them. They have to build a bunch of shit. Like how we can go inward and we can talk to the universe and we can talk to each other and we can travel and all that stuff. They can't do that. They got to go to church. They got to read a Bible. They got to pray to an external altar because they don't have the concept of an internal altar. We do. You know what I'm saying? I hope you do. Anyway, We're getting back to the tribal energy as Pluto, uncovers, because like I said, Aquarius is social justice. Social justice. And Pluto deals with occultism. So all the cults that was depressing and oppressing social awareness, yeah, they shit coming out. And you're gonna find out a lot more. But you gotta be mindful because we're like in between the channels of Pisces and Aquarius as far as the age goes. We're not totally in Aquarius, age of Aquarius, because the same way how it took Pluto like 3 years to fully enter Aquarius, is gonna take Earth a few years to fully enter the age of Aquarius, because we go in retrograde too. They just don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you how we move slow among certain meteor showers and stuff like that. They don't want to tell it. They want us so disconnected. The whole point is to make sure that we are disconnected and alienated, and we don't know shit. You have no connection to nothing. Do you realize that? How they, for those of you guys who now know, and you're rooting yourself and you're playing with your catcher and your ones and zeros, of course, you don't feel that no more. But to the average person that's a part of our tribes, they are absolutely disconnected from everything. They have no desire. They don't think they're Native American. And every time I think about that stuff, I always think about the Wayans brothers, because they were the main ones, between them and the Jamie Foxx show. They were the main ones always making fun of people who connected themselves to the soil. Oh, you got Indian for your family? Oh, you got Indian, da, da, da. And so everybody started adopting that joke and those mannerisms when somebody knew their heritage. And mind you, that was like early 90s work. So they was coming for the people born in the 70s and 30 years before that, the 40s. Like they were coming for those generations right there that was sitting around the table watching them. You know what I'm saying? That's weird. That's weird. When you look at our generation and who they are to us. You know what I'm saying? That's weird. But Hollywood works for the government. It's all the same. It's all to educate you and train you or whatever, what have you, right? I've been seeing 8 so much since last year. Yeah, we in the year 8 now. When you add up 2024, it adds up to 8. And then you look at the numbers of 2. 2 is balance, justice, Libra, which we see a lot of that happening. Whether it's Hollywood, the government, these corporations. Ooh, I don't know who out here live in Jersey or whatever, but I just saw the article today. So I talk to y'all a lot about how the Italians and the mobs of Italians still rule New Jersey. And I know y'all heard my rants about how we're still under Roman law because the Moors still run it over here. That's why you still see a lot of British and England and UK names and stuff like that, because they still run shit. So with that being said, like I saw an article today about some of the big heads that work in like prosecution office and the mayors and even the previous governor all being in a hot seat and getting charges pressed against them. And when them charges get pressed, these people got to sit on the stand and be defendants, and they have to tell truths, and the truths are going to connect them to other people, because these were occults. These were cults that were created to keep up this certain thing, this certain justice system, the way it was set up, and the certain political system that was set up in the state of New Jersey. So a lot of that's coming out. Then about a month or so ago, I know y'all heard me talking about the housing act and how the state has moved it to the municipalities. So we need to start putting our foot on the necks of the cities, because they have more control than they letting on. They're not going to tell you, because they don't want certain demographics moving in, because they still look at us a certain kind of way. You're not supposed to live on your land. You're not supposed to survive well on your land. Why would they want you to live in the metropolitan areas of your land? You know what I'm saying? So all of that is coming out more and more and more and more and more. And we love it here. At least I do. I got the popcorn. I'm not emotionally connected to none of this shit. So when it falls apart, I'm not over here crying and ooh and on. I really don't give a fuck. I'm just entertained. You watch the show however way you will. Hey Roy, how you doing, beloved? Yeah, I seen those Remedy H videos saying Freemasonry system comes from the Moors. Yeah, all that shit comes from the Moors. So you hear the Moors always bragging about, oh, we went up to the mountains, we taught them how to wash their ass, we told them how to read, we civilized them, They made them. If you get into put my book out right the fuck now. Me and Goddess did an episode on this on Virgo Virgin Talk. In fact, we did a couple episodes of this one. Fucking Virgo Virgin Talk. So here, I actually met the author of this book This is Red Silver Fox Thunderbird, talks about the mound and us as natives on our land, more so over here on the East Coast and our connection. And then you have this book over here. Hold up, pull it out. This is one of many when you get into the Nubians and things of that nature, where they talk about like the creation of Adam and Eve and the scientists that created them, And when you look at them, they don't look like us. They make their own pictures. I understand that these are made up pictures and shit like that, but even then, so in that space, they still don't look like the natives over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they don't have the same energy, it's not the same. It's they were the scientists, they were the astrologers. They had to do everything outside of themselves. They couldn't even get commerce going on outside of themselves. So they had to, they created this, race of people, quote unquote race of people. I don't really like the word race because that was coined and made up to cover up what the fuck they did. They made these humanoids or whatever, and they tricked them and taught them. And I won't say that shit backfired because it didn't. It didn't backfire on them. They got a couple of their people over here, They got their $5 Indians. You said indeed we did. They got their $5 Indians. We did do that episode, and it was a great one. And the $5 Indians is basically they're the bastard children of the Europeans and the Moors. They were sleeping together, of course. And that's what the black woman who doesn't know who she is, that's what she complains about. That's what I used to complain about before I started having my epiphanies. I won't lie. But I'm always growing. I told y'all, when I grow, we grow. Okay? Give me grace. But that's what they complain about. Like, you dethrone the black woman and put the European woman there. That's the issue. And that's their beef. That's what they got going on over there between them, because they did have Queen Elizabeth, but Queen Elizabeth just passed. And so now her old ass son is up there. So when the son passes, who gonna go up there? You think they're going to come out and put a Moor up there? I think they're going to put a Moor up there. I think they finally going to just let it all out. But you know what? They're not going to be 100 about it. They're going to make it seem like this is this outstanding event. Like, oh my God, it's a black person on a throne. La, 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 la. I feel like they're going to do it like one of those type of situations. But eventually they're just going to start being more and more out in the open about their ways, because they done, brainwashed us. They've already taken away our spirituality. None of us know, I won't say none of us because I'm not in a room of those kind of people, but you get where I'm talking about. The average, individual. They're not in a space where they're connected to their spirituality. They've been duped out of religion, and religion was a little bit better than being nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to read the Bible like how you're supposed to read it and not how it was given to you, then you be all right. But the average individual don't know how to do that. They read it the way the white people supposed to read it, because the Bible is actually for the white people. That's their beginning. That's their Genesis. They were created in the petri dish. Adam had to go to sleep so they could dissect his rib, which is his ribosomes, where the DNA is at, to create Eve. But the Eve was not the first. Eve is not the prototype. The prototype was Lilith, but Lilith was defiant. So she went out there. She was doing her own thing, having mixed babies, demons, whatever. But yeah, so when they just how the gods, they made their humans, they had the demigod, and then they gave birth to demigods after they got done making the humans. You know what I'm saying? So they basically, thank you for that gift. I got ducks. I like the duck Joan. So basically they showing you, they telling you this was the relationship between the creators and the created over there on that hemisphere before they came over here and started integrating with us. That's their book. That shit don't got nothing to do with us. But if we want to read it, we have the intellect and the capabilities and know how to read it like a science book. We know how to read it like an astrology book. We know how to read it like that because we're infinite beings and we're more feminine than they are. Whereas they can only read it and say, oh, Adam and Eve, creation, da da da. It is what it is. Yeah, that's what it is to y'all, because that's all y'all good at. Y'all only good at 3D shit. And you'll see that when you out here. You'll see a skin folk and you talking to them and having a conversation with you, and they can't see past $1. They can't see past material things and what they can buy. Da, 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 da. And then you ask them what they are, most likely they're Pan-African. Wanna know why? Because they the one of the motherfuckers that came over here. They're not from here. We are. And you can tell. And it's not a physical thing. And that's one thing I really want y'all to get embedded in your mind. It's not a physical thing. We weren't always in these skin suits. Our skin is like this because we're rusted. This ain't it. So you gotta think about that too. Only the best for my loyal mirror moon. I don't even know what the fuck that say, but I'm with the shits. I'm gonna Google that word later. Can't stay. Love you guys. Love you too, Kayshawn. Thank you for stepping in. I didn't even know Kayshawn was on my TikTok. That's what's up. I was waiting for Kayshawn to pop up on YouTube. That's what's up. But yeah, so that's that, happening over there. And so all of that was just me explaining Pluto and Aquarius, and then the sun being in the 8th house, and we're feeling that Pluto energy transformation, social justice, and social awareness. You're going to becoming more and more aware of things like that. It's going to be more and more prominent to you or whatever. Myrmidon. A follower or subordinate. Oh, you old stinking ass. You ain't shit. I ain't no Myrmidon. But yeah, so that's what's happening over there with the sun and moon. So what I want to do with y'all is I'm going to go through the elements, and I'm going to pull cards for each of the elements in alignment with our sun and our. I won't get into. I can do whatever I want, but I'm going to focus on the sun, and wherever the universe tells me to branch off at, I'm gonna do that, and I'm not gonna have you here too much longer. All right, so first we're gonna start off with Earth. All right, any type of Earth sign, whether you're the cardinal Capricorn, the mutable Virgo, or the fixed Taurus, right? Right now, I want y'all to know y'all are dealing with a water sign. Y'all are dealing with water experiences in your Earth, and you can place this anywhere you have Earth at, for real. You can play around with the elements. Pull the magician card on what the fuck I'm saying. You could do that. Because what I'm saying can be dissected in an infinite amount of ways and reapplied. So do that. Listen to me like that. So with the sun and water and our thoughts, right? And you being in Earth, it's supposed to smooth you down. Because you ever had like a rock that was like rough along the edges, and then you put it in the water. If you put it in the water long enough, eventually the edges are going to smooth down. You could tell a rock that's been in the water versus one that hasn't is more smooth. It's more round. It looks more oval-like. You know what I mean? So allow this water to just like smooth out your edges. For especially my Taurus energy out there. I know it's it's material, manifest. I like the things. I like the beautiful things. I want the things. But allow this water to kind of like smooth you out and make you realize it's not just about the things and going outward and the working and all that shit like that. It's also going inward and resting. It's also like just being still. Like it doesn't always have to be about what am I doing? Am I doing stuff for? And I know like a lot of us, and I speak to myself too. We have spiritual businesses. So and even in that space, it can get tricky because you're like, oh, it's a spiritual business that makes it okay. It doesn't. You're still doing things outside of yourself. You're still creating things outside of yourself. You're still going outside of yourself. So chill. From our Earth space, this is not a space of manifestation. This is a space of intuitive energy and just letting that water run around you. You could be the rock that skips across the top of the water, because Cancer deals with Yamoja. Yamoja is like the surface of the water. So you could be the stone that skips across the water and still know. I like a card pull since you're already speaking on the waters. Oh, bet, I got you. But still know that card pulled out. You got Euro. We learned this today in the Zoom. Euro card. So the Euro card is harmony. You got 1 of 5. Knowledge and walking in the power of your truth. This is associated with your Venus placement. That's what fell out of the deck for you. And I'll read it out the book for you. Harmony. Equilibrium, balance, discernment, nourish, psychic shield, divinatory, empathy, and sensitive. If you're feeling emotionally drained or too sensitive for today's world, it's time to set solid boundaries and regain balance. Use your empathetic abilities as grounding cores as your psychic powers and divinatory skills. Allow your sensitivity to be a filter for what is allowed within your psychic field and what isn't. Like the magic of the white heron, move slowly with precision as you navigate emotional waters. Heron teaches us the power of self-reflection as a way to transcend judgmental projections and low self-worth. Draw clear boundaries and examine yourself from a detached perspective. Don't blame situations or others as a reason to remain stuck. Yarrow's white light teaches us the power of shielding while remaining gentle in the process of self-discovery. Thank you for the gift, y'all. I love it. Cancer, Venus Cancer conjuncting my 10th house. Ooh, good. But that's yours. You got Temperance, Sagittarius. That's the next one. This is the connection of your Tempereth to your Yasad. So you got your fifth sphere to your ninth sphere, 5 to 9. That's the heart, the emotions to your wholeness, to your womb. Okay? And this is, that's Sagittarius. Samek. So that's you on your Kabbalah space to help you out with that harmony. And this is 14. Temperance is 14. The Yarrow card was 15. Just in case you find those numbers. Okay. All right. So still shuffling for the Earth. Okay. Earth is St. John's wort. Oh, so that's the kind of day we're gonna have today. I'm cool with it because we in Cancer. So if that's how you want to do it, you want to throw cards in, let's throw cards in. So we're doing the St. John's wort for my Earth signs. This is radiance. This is 2, which is balance and harmony. We're dealing with the sun. The sun is at the top. So, yeah, it's definitely in alignment with the sun. We're finding balance with the sun as an earth sign. And I'll read that, too, for my earth signs out there. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. This is joy, warmth, resilience, happiness, understanding, manifestation, spiritual power, and protection. The ruler is the sun, okay? The midsummer goddess celebrates the multifaceted elements of life in a state of joyous abundance, reminding us that the wellspring of true wealth and healing is within. St. John's wort is here to remind you to cultivate practices deep within yourself to experience this enlightening truth. Avoidance and distraction from this great knowing are unconscious habits that build up and manifest as scarcity, fear, and low moods that inhibit you from walking your truth. St. John wort grants us the spiritual courage of fire needed to navigate the death of the old self. Well, that resonated like a motherfucker. 5/14 is my mom's birthday, LOL. Hey, and the earth energy. I know that's right. So expounded on that earth energy, y'all. We in the St. John's wort. A vibe, finding our balance in our experiences, and being comfortable with our intuition side. Because like I said, I know you earth energies. This fell out. I was going to let it go back in, but my mind was like, no, that fell out. So we're going to let it fall out. So we got the Page of Cups, right? And we got the Page of Cups in reverse. And it's an image of a woman. She's, swimming upstream with a blindfold on. On TikTok, you can't see it because I have a really dope filter on it. But she's swimming upstream with a blindfold on. So it's like trusting that where you're going, trusting spirit, trusting the waters, which is that Cancer energy, if you will. That's what you really want to do. Getting rid of old things because she is swimming like more so downward with it or whatever. Going to her lower self with the energy. And that's like a divine balance between your lower self. Yeah, they are mermaids. All the water cards that I have are mermaids. And she's like swimming downward because this card is in reverse. So this is the bottom of the card. She's swimming downward with the blindfold on and an empty cup. So it's like you're going the wrong way. You're blinded. And we want you to have a sense of trust. When you go back upward, you see her cup is up higher. Around her is a lot more stable, but it's a lot more water. The woman that's swimming downward, it looks like she's going upward, but she's swimming downward. She's swimming into the earth. So she's anchoring herself, being stuck in that material realm. So that's like, the vibe for the earth. It's not always all about manifesting and materializing, especially in the space. You know what I mean? So you're not really like trusting that water. You still looking for, and that's me. You can't have me in the deep end of the pool. If I can't put my feet down and feel earth, I'm panicking. It's not fun here. I don't want to be here. And that's essentially what that card is. Like page is like, what are you creating? What are you scribing? What are you writing? And so we're gonna expand on a little bit more to my earth babies out here. Oh, the cards. Yeah, the cards, they want to flip. We got the Knight of Chalices. See? It's a cup space. Knight Chalices. Taking on adventures. Embarking. We really want you to embrace the water energy, Earth. That's what we want for you. We want you to embrace the Earth energy. You deserve to embrace the Earth energy. Why not? Then we have where in yourself can you work on this? Where in yourself will you be working on this when we get into the Kabbalah, as well as your chakras? The 9 energy, it's 109 right now. 109, well, it's 21 now. It was 109.19. Ooh, Bina. That is 3. That is expression. This is Mars and Capricorn. See, bring it back down to the earth. That's cardinal earth energy, right? Being motivated in that earth. That's what we need you to work on. That solar plexus chakra that's always in earth. It got to be materialized. It got to be. That's my only motivation is the physical. And that's a big reason why. And the more I talk, see how I be getting used, y'all? It really don't be me. I be getting used, y'all. They be using me out here. That's why we started off with Remedy H. We're going to bring you out of this physical shit, y'all. Some of y'all are stuck in this earth energy, and that's going to keep y'all right on that boat with them folks. Y'all got to come back because y'all was the ones that was making the medicines. Y'all was the ones that was farming. Y'all was the ones that was making the art and the moccasins and the clothes. Don't get so caught up in their shit that you forget what your earth energy is really supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Right? Sheesh. For real. And then Facade. Woo! Facade in the solar plexus chakra. That shit ain't even real what you aiming for. That Capricorn energy ain't even for real what it is that you aiming for. That's not what you want. It's fake. Doesn't exist. And then you have the boy. It looks like they're walking on clouds. They're not even grounded. They're not even on Earth. So it's like all that earth shit that you stuck on, all that physical, all this stuff. And I talk about that all the time. All this shit out here is fake. We made this shit up. Well, we didn't make this shit up. Some other people made this shit up, and we just been going along with it. We've learned how to survive in it. We learned how to celebrate each other for our survivals in it, i.e. Juneteenth. That's a way of celebrating how we've been surviving in this bullshit. But we still in the bullshit. It's not over. You know what I mean? But yeah, all that physical, all this material stuff and all that stuff. Right, leave me alone. Girl, it's me too. It's me too. It's all a facade. It's not real. So you devoting and all that stuff in that, and it's not even what you want for real. Let's get this divinity card. Uncontrolled transformation. Uncontrolled transformation. You ain't gonna have no control over what happens here. And I know Earth love to be in control. Because that's what the physical allows us to have, a false sense of control. But what happens when you ain't got that? You don't have that anymore. What you gonna do about it? Screaming over here with facade, right? That's crazy. It ain't even real. That ain't even what you want. So now we're gonna get into air. Air with the water, right? And that is the punctuation says, did I pronounce it wrong? I know I probably did. I don't care. It's TAD. Was it facade? Facade? Oh, facade. Same thing. I'm putting facade on a song because I don't give the arcade, facade, they rhyme. But air with the water, right? Air is the energy of intellect. Potato, right? Tomato. They're about intellect. This is the Swords energy, right? So I talked about air. I talked about air heavy in the last week when we had the lineup in Gemini, because it was like, air, y'all gotta do us better. We know we need y'all. We can't hold y'all down. Y'all gotta know you can't be held down. Now, air, y'all might get irritated because in your thoughts have been on 1,000, the past few weeks with the tropical and Gemini. But now, like, your vortex is now caught up to all those thoughts. And while your vortex has caught up to all those thoughts, as the sun is in Gemini on the Vedic and the Draconic, your mind is now on Cancer. Your mind is way more slow than what's happening around you, because water is slower than air, and that's also depends on what kind of water you in. Are you in still water? Are you in a little river situation? Is you in a waterfall? Are you in rapid whatever fucks? I don't know. It depends on what kind of water you're in. And that's why I be telling y'all the high highs make low lows in that figure 8. Scorpius is water. So what kind of water are you in? What kind of water did you create for yourself? Right? That matters. Let me fix my dress before I get banned. That's my element. Okay, you're water. Aquarius. Oh, air. You're air. Yeah, Aquarius. So my air babies, y'all gotta be mindful of y'all mind moving slower. And then also, like, I don't know, if you didn't do the work during Gemini tropical season, if you did not do the work, it's okay. Lesson learned. But I want y'all to be way more aware next Gemini season, or next air season for that matter, when the air is moving in your favor. You got to remember, like, oh, this is my element. I love it here. Da, da, da. But don't get so caught up in it that you become so detached and you become like all over the place and fickle and unfocused and all that stuff. That's why we have a fixed Earth Taurus right before we get to this mutable air. Because mutable air is like, I'm adapting to everything you're giving to me. I can do anything. You know what I'm saying? So, you want to be careful with that. Yeah, you want to level.
Shut up, Nika.
Shut up.
Do my reading.
No.
Why?
Because I'm doing a podcast and you missed your whole part already. You should have listened.
Sorry. Yo, Nika, the realest ever.
He's a Virgo. I hope the water goes up his nose. Anyway. So with the air, you guys got to know how to slide down. Oh, hey, Romeo. Sliding through, show my Virgo partner finding some love. Thank you for taking that, Romeo. That happened to me yesterday. Water going up your nose. Interesting. But yeah, your thoughts is gonna be moving slower. Everything starts with a thought, so you gotta give it grace. And that thought is gonna be less intellectual and a little bit more emotional, which can be, a little irritating to the intellectual Gemini. But you gotta allow that emotion in. Allow it in and allow it to slow you down, because y'all just be like thought. But that emotion, it helps you bring more discernment to your space. And I know that's what y'all be fighting, because logic comes to y'all so easily, but that emotion be hitting y'all hard. And a lot of y'all be moving outside of your feminine energy. So there is this sense of tug of war here with your vortex and what's going on inside of you. And y'all be ignoring that because y'all just want to sit in this logical. And most of y'all logic is indoctrination, unless y'all futuristic thinkers, which Gemini energy usually is the most futuristic out of the 3 airs. With, oh, well, I'm already in the 90. I already know where y'all going to end up. Ooh, wow. And then Sagittarius, why did I say Sagittarius? Fire. But Sagittarius rules over mine too, but Sagittarius goes a little bit further out than Gemini energy. But with the air, you start off with Libra, which gives you that simple one-on-one energy. That's the cardinal. Libra is cardinal because it deals with just your interpersonal relationships and making sure they balance. It's just me and you, baby. It's just us two. And then you get into you get into Aquarius. Aquarius is your social circle, right? This is, the people you hang around with and stuff, your community. You get into the electronic socializing. We talked about Pluto and Aquarius right now. Gemini and Sag are the same axis. Yeah, basically. And then you get Gemini. When Gemini is like, you start going into the next town over. You start dealing with, like, the Tri-City area, traveling in that realm. And then, Sagittarius, then you get into the fire. Sagittarius will take you a step further. Now they're taking you out to, like, different states and countries and shit. But yeah, it's levels to the traveling and things like that with the air and what they focused on or whatever. So whichever part you are in the air, whether you're a cardinal, you're the initial thought, you're always initiating the thought because you crave that balance or whatever. Pay attention to your emotional self because Libra is ruled by Venus. That is emotions. And then if you are Aquarius, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and I guess you could put the Saturn and Uranus or Neptune and Uranus kind of connection. Hey, Scorpio, Leo, Virgo. That's what's up. That's an interesting combo. Saturn and Uranus, right, is Aquarius. So you have the challenges there, that physical, because Saturn is, Capricorn, that's that cardinal Earth. And then Uranus ain't even associated with a zodiac because that was one of like the outer planets that we found. Well, these physical motherfuckers found further out. They still finding shit. But we already know it was there. They didn't know it was there. Because they needed to build a telescope and write some books first and make some maps and shit. So they have that. And that's why Uranus is that progressive push and it takes you out of balance. And that's what Aquarius does. It's that progressive push. It's the challenge. Aquarius is the challenger and they be detached. And that's also why Aquarius is in the root chakra with Capricorn, because it gives you that core detachment and stuff like that. Hey, Amir, how you doing, beloved? And then you have the Gemini, which likes to be in all the crossroads. Likes to be a little bit, they actually like to be everywhere. But all of you guys need to let that water in to slow y'all down, to give y'all that balance of the emotional with the intellect. So, Angel's Trumpet. This is Death card, transformations, empowerment. Let the water in, baby. That's the 8th house vibe. So, I'm going to read it to you. Where's my book at? It's 46. 4 is the number of stability and creation. 6 is the number of daily routine, health, wealth. We are in the 6th month. That is the Mercurian flow of things. 4 and 6 come together and make 10. That's knowledge in your cipher. Overall, it's 1, right? So we get into 46. And this is the trumpet, Angel's Trumpet. That is the plant. This is associated with Pluto and Mars. These are the 2 planets that rule over the solar plexus chakra. So these emotions, okay, so is that what it is? The intellectual energy gives y'all empowerment, and so y'all don't really give a fuck about the emotional side. Emotional side is just as empowering as the physical. So the water is just as empowering as the air. I know the air gives y'all power because it makes y'all untouchable, and you can't put you in a jar and, ooh, I'm over here. I know that gives y'all a sense of power and control and whatever, but the water that helps y'all slow down and helps y'all think before acting and moving and stuff like that, and gives y'all a little bit more like oof that y'all need, but not so much to where it weighs you down. Like it's not like you hanging on to a Taurus energy right now. It's just water. And you need something like that to let you keep moving freely, because there's oxygen in water too. So you can still move about and give life, but slow down a little bit, because y'all don't think all the time. Y'all don't feel all the time. Y'all think, but y'all don't be feeling yet. And then it's disconnect there. You definitely want yourselves connected. So this is Pluto and Mars. This is the breakdown, cathartic, transformation, rising from the ashes, elimination, death, and shedding the old. And Angel's Trumpet signals a time of catharsis or death. A deep emotional breakdown is due or near. You may feel lost in your own emotional despair, depression, shame, or unworthiness, but know the angels of discernment and darkness are here to support you. Coming eye to eye with the darkest feelings within yourself catalyzes the greatest awakening. Deeply pause, let go of control, and witness the broken pieces within yourself with loving awareness. The medicine of the bat. Oh, there you go, Amanda. There go your bat. The medicine of the bat symbolizes the need for a ritualistic death of relations, situations, or aspects of life. Bat, like Angel's Trumpet, signals catharsis and rebirth, signaling literal or metaphysical death of old patterns and worn out habits. Understand that you can reconstruct at any time, regardless of what shattered you might feel. Amanda, if you still in here, there go your bat. Answer, and there is a bat on this card. It's hanging upside down on the tree. So that's solar plexus chakra vibe, sis, and some rebirth happening to you, and definitely need to happen because you Mrs. Glass over there. I done seen too many pictures. Got broken foot, broken chest, broken arm, head. Let's put you in a bubble, girl. Water is the strongest element in this realm. Yes, the oxygen hydrogen bond is the strongest bond that we have here. Love how everything comes right. Everything is just coming full circle. We love it here. We're gonna keep expanding on this water too. The moon card. Ooh. So all my water babies out. Well, this is for air. My bad. So for my air, y'all getting transformation. Transformation is Scorpius energy. So to let y'all know that is water. And Mars is, fire. Aries, the Ogun Oya. So again, reminding y'all, these emotions is here to help y'all. During this, the moon is actually really good for y'all. Okay, I like that there. Okay. So the moon is good for y'all. And I say this because y'all air, y'all like to be everywhere. The moon changes signs every 2 days. So you ain't even got to focus on the sun. See, look, they're trying to give you, like, here, I'll help you out. The sun is in Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. You ain't even got to worry about the sun. The sun going to be there for 30 days. I know that's too slow for you. I got one better for you. Pay attention to the moon. What phase is the moon in? What zodiac? What constellations are they in? That changes every 2.5 days. So you can still move at your air pace, but a lot slower with that water. But not sun slow. So it's not 30 days slow. But it's a lot slower than what y'all really want to do. Because y'all really be wanting to move every second. Now you just move every 2.5 days. Just pay attention to the moon. Okay? The moon is always moving, going and waxing and waning, conjuncting different planets and shit. And I'm gonna do the astrological part report at the end of this drawing too. So that's a nice alignment there. Told you moon's my baby. You did tell me you love the moon. I got a friend. I can't wait for him to start doing readings. Oh, y'all got a lot of cards falling out. Let me get my. Oh, it said, what 2 cards fell out? It was 2 cards that fell out. I was gonna put it back, and it said no. You have the Knave of Chalices. That's why it said no. The Knave of Chalices and the Emperor card. That's what my air babies you guys have in this order. You guys are going to bring the intellect to the emotions. So when you guys start allowing yourselves to slow down and stuff like that, it's definitely going to put you guys in a space of creation and manifesting a whole lot better and easier. And it's going to help you stand on that throne. Again, coming back to the fact that the angel's trumpet brought you back to your solar plexus chakra. All right. And we're going to see what part of your physical self is going to come to you. Yeah, moon magic is great for self-mastery. Yeah, it is. I fucks with the moon magic for real. I like both. I bang with the sun too. This is the sun move a little bit slower than the moon for me. But the sun still, like, if you take the sun down on a daily level instead of just looking at it on the every 20, 30 days situation, you just look at it on a daily level, it do be in every zodiac around the clock. That's why we have 12 hours. It spends about an hour each one. So moves to sunrise, sunset. You have 8 of Swords, Jupiter and Gemini. Ooh, generosity to the air energy, optimism, luck to the air energy. So trust, like the stuff that you need is coming to you. Jupiter and Gemini is cool. This is the 8 of Swords. Transformations when that intellect is going to come from you guys tapping into that water. And the 8 sphere and the Kabbalah is Hod, HOD. Okay, and this card is also associated with Yetzirah for my folks into the Kabbalah of things. And then we're gonna find out what chakra. Oh, you practice planetary auras? I do planetary auras in my personal life. I haven't. When I start doing my energy awareness course, I'm gonna start teaching it, implementing it. Bittersweet. So this bittersweet because you guys can't move to your usual air self. I'm pretty sure that the emotional side of things is going to show you things that you guys have been avoiding by being so detached, especially my Aquarius lovelies out there. But this is what you need. That's why it's bittersweet. That's wild because my Jupiter is in Gemini in the 8th house. Yeah, my Mars is in Gemini in the 10th house. And so, like, this water, the slowdown coming to my Mars, because my Mars, whenever I'm in the air energy, it's like, I want to be here, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. But now I'm really, like, I really want to be in tune with my mathematics and stuff like that. Like, all my other stuff is immutable earth. So it doesn't really ground my Mars the way if all those personal planets was in like a Capricorn or Taurus, you know what I'm saying? They kind of like flow with my Mars Gemini. My Mars Gemini is kind of like the boss, for real, for real. And then when I get to my outer planets, now we're in Capricorn. So now we're out in this bush, and like, you know, we got to do, yeah. So that's how it is. And then it's annoying because my real name starts with a vowel, so that puts my emotions on my sleeve. My Pluto is in Scorpio. That's my outer planet. That's Pluto is the most outer planet of the solar system as we know it, and it's in water. My Pluto's in Scorpio, and it's in the fourth house, which is the Cancer house. So my emotions is in my sleeve. You know what I mean? When I utilize my real name, which is a big reason why I don't be using it no more. It's a very emotional space. I have a lot of vowels over there. And if you guys want to get into the gematria of your name and how it aligns with your chart, that's a whole thing. And I would love to do it for you or with you. Bad news to my air energies. Bad news. And that's probably where like a lot of the bittersweet energy comes into play with the things or whatever. And it's okay. It's bittersweet. Like, it's going to be a slowdown to your intellect. Things happen. We want to tug on your emotional side of things. It's here to help you out. We started with the transformation card anyway, so you know some shit is going to be removed and stuff. So it's okay. Fire. Ooh, that's extremes. Right. Extremely extremes. So my fire babies, y'all gonna be around this water, right? I know y'all don't like it like that. I know y'all really don't be rocking with the water like that. I don't know too many fire that be like, ooh, water, I can't wait to touch it. Because the water is just like, everything is deep. So while the fire is like, oh my God, I'm excited, you can see all of that on the outside of the fire, right? Because it's getting big, it's changing colors, it's getting hotter, it's catching other shit on fire. Like, that's what fire likes to do. I want to make all of y'all catch on fire. All of y'all should feel how I feel. You know, you feel that with the Aries, right? Aries love to be in a leadership. Aries is strategic, they bossy, right? That's that cardinal wand or whatever. So what I do, you do. When I move, you move. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the Leo, like, oh, if I'm happy and I'm excited and this is beautiful to me and this is awesome to me, then it should be awesome to you too. Like J-Lo with her movie. I loved it. I'm a Leo rising. So when a fire does something, I fuck with it. I loved it. But to all the other elements out there, they are just hell-bent on bullying that woman. I don't understand why people despise the Leo woman so much. They are so fucking amazing. It's just hating ass. People usually do hate on fire. People usually do. You want to know why? Because fire be everywhere. You can see it. Fire takes over a room. If I had a room and it had some candles in it and you walked in, I set the scene. We love the candles. If I had a room and I had a fireplace, it sets the scene. Like, we love the fireplace. Now, if I had a room and it was set on fire, that shit also sets the scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's certain energy that just don't like that. Like, air like to flame the fire sometimes or try to suffocate the fires, you know, when they take their air away or whatever. And that's why it's important for our fire babies to have some air placements, because please have some intellect in that fire. Otherwise, y'all, yeah, like you said, D, you're going to be burning too much. You're going to be burning everything. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have some logs in there, put some earth energy there to ground yourself, because Aries do be going off at the Richter. You know, Leo energy can get so full of themselves, and Sagittarius energy can just be like so like out in their own bubble of things that like it's like, bro, come back. Like, that's what the earth, you know, bring you the logs, you know. Water can feel threatened by the fire because water is so still and so mysterious and more reflective, so you never really see water. Do you see water? You never really see water. Air also has a tendency to be invisible unless there's some fire or earth placements around it. You know, these two placements are invisible, so they naturally can become jealous of the fire if that fire of whatever fire placements those are like conjunct or square, not conjunct, square their shit. Even conjunct though, conjunct, because they're like literally touching each other. Like, it's like, why, like people that don't like their food touching. You know what I'm saying? But that all depends on what that individual's fingerprint is versus the other individual or situation. As a fire sign, I love the beach, but that water almost took me out twice. Exactly. And that's what, you know, water will keep doing to you. So be careful. And I want to say your Pluto's in Scorpio, so please be careful around water. You're in Aries. Okay, so we are entering the Cancer sun tomorrow. So now I'm telling the fire signs. So you came in right on time, baby. So I'm telling the fire signs how this Cancer sun is interacting with you. But we will have a Sagittarius moon tomorrow, so you get to feel a little fire on the inside. But yeah, just be mindful, like, right on the other side of the water, after you get done dealing with this water and letting it cool you off and relax you stuff, we're going to enter Leo energy. So you're going to get your flowers at the end of this, and that's fun. I have Peaceful Warrior Milk Thistle 23. And this is ruled by Mars and the Moon. Ooh, okay. So y'all know Mars is ruled by Aries. Shout out to my Aries in the building. And the Moon rules over the waters. So again, Peaceful Warrior. That's what y'all aligning with this Sun in Cancer is going to bring to you. And I'm going to read that to you. Milk Thistle dispels the damaging and destructive thoughts that can induce an endless loop of self-sabotage. See, when y'all burning too much. See, D, you knew when you came in here. Abandon insecurity, gossip, and fear-based protection strategies that enable frustration or a false sense of growth. Do not waste your time trying to control what cannot be controlled. Like a peaceful warrior, set your boundaries firmly and fearlessly. Like Badger, Milk Thistle shakes up systems that hinder innovation and halts patterns and behaviors that stunt your growth. Know that what you are not changing, you are choosing. So certain things about yourself, certain things you keep burning and sabotaging, if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. So I don't want to hear nothing when we get into Leo energy and it's fire on fire and your fire all fucked up and ain't nobody really want to deal with that fire on fire because you ain't really do the fire on water right. Happy summer solstice, Turka Turka. Oh, this card wanted to come out. Two of Pentacles. We got the Two of Pentacles, and baby is in reverse. So it's, a little not really doing a good job at balancing and juggling the physicals. Not much balance happening here, but that's okay. That means that by the end of Cancer season, that's where we want you to be. Okay? We want you to be juggling like a master, especially because when we enter tropical Leo, our thought process will be on fire, but our vortex will finally be on the water. So if you really allow yourself to embrace the tropical Cancer energy, by the time we get into Vita Cancer energy, you will be able to take on those different happenings around you without, sabotaging them, getting irritated, or feeling like they're trying to challenge you. Be that peaceful warrior. When you're a peaceful warrior, it's like I can stand my ground. I know what to do, but at the same time, I'm not trying to start no shit. I'm not trying to create no forest fires or nothing. But if one needed to happen, okay, it's going to happen. Hangman. And what's going to happen? You see another warrior smacking on somebody else. Be careful of your self-sabotage. This is you on yourself. This is you on yourself. Beating up yourself, hurting yourself. And I hear that it has a lot to do with you being so caught up in the outward and how you affect other people and the lights, camera, action that you like to have, that you ain't really trying to deal with that water. You think you ain't got no water because you all fire. You got some water in you. If you got a moon sign, if you got a third eye, if you have a sacral chakra, if you have a solar plexus chakra, you got some water in you. So don't be walking around trying to beat yourself up because that water energy wants to come out underneath this Cancer sun. Work on it so that when Cancer starts showing up in your vortex, it's not a big deal. You don't like the big deals. Hod, Burial, Saturn and Pisces, challenges in the water. See? It's the challenges in the water, but it's going to come down to your root chakra because Saturn rules the root chakra, okay? So it's some root work you fire babies going to have to do during this season. When you get into the root work, you're going to get into the different challenges. A lot of y'all like to call challenges traumas or whatever, so you can use that T word if y'all want to. Anybody around here? No, I don't like that. I don't like that shit. But it's the challenges you have experienced throughout your life that have affected your boundaries, your survival of self, your social awareness, as Aquarius is down there in your root chakra, your determination, your groundedness. So there's some challenges with your emotional self in those going to drink water now. Yeah, go drink some water, baby. Don't choke, because Saturn Pisces card got pulled. Challenges with that water. It's the Eighth of Cups, transformation in your emotional self. And again, we're dealing with Had, which is the eighth sphere in the Kabbalah. Let's talk about what's peaceful warriors are the ones nobody wants. No, nobody wants parts of no peaceful warrior, because it's like Bruce Leroy. No, it's my favorite. Nobody wants sauce with him. Nobody wants sauce with Donnie Yen. He don't gotta go out flipping everywhere and doing all the nonsense like Show Nuff felt like he had to. Show Nuff was like that fire energy. He was out there sabotaging and challenging everything. Like, I challenge you to a duel because I need everybody to know that I'm fire and I'm hot. Blah, blah, blah. But then you got this water energy, this Bruce Leroy, always internal, so in tune with his feminine energy, in tune with his internal stuff. He wasn't just into the fighting and the whole deck of cards. I guess I was on to something. Oh, half of the deck fell the fuck out. He didn't have to do all of that to show enough felt like he had to do. And by the end of Cancer season, I want my fire babies to feel less show enough and more Bruce Leroy. You ain't got to do all that show enough shit. You ain't got to be a show off. Okay. you could glow. You still gonna glow, and you still gonna get the girl. You still can do the paintbrush moves. It's still gonna be a great time. Balance, and this is considered the third eye chakra. So I like the fact that the third eye chakra and balance came up, because the third eye is ruled by the sun and the moon. The third eye is actually ruled by Leo, Cancer energy. So finding that balance in between your fire and your water self is actually very helpful for you. We're going to focus on your third eye chakra during these experiences to all my fire babies out there. And last little message. Fair treatment. Fair treatment. And this is 11. I don't know why. It's 31. So 3 is creation. 3 is a fire number. 1 is also a fire number. Okay. And then they come together and make earth. They cool down when they come together and make that 4. So, being that cardinal energy, expressing yourself, all the things, that's what you want to do. So now we're going to get into, I did water, right? We started with water, right? I did fire, I did air. No, I did earth, air, and fire. I said I did water because I did Adonis reading first. Now I'm going to water. So we have Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Cancer being the cardinal energy. So happy solar return to my Cancers out there. Pisces, no, let's start with Scorpio. Scorpio being the fixed energy here, and then Pisces being the metamorphosis to y'all that fell out, and then Pisces being the mutable energy, right? Scorpius is in between, because Scorpius has the shell of the crab, but it has all the emotions and the waterness and the deepness and the mysteriousness of the Pisces energy. So it's fixed in the middle. So you can either go to the deep cool waters. I know Pisces energy doesn't like to move like they're mutable. They like to pretend like they more fixed, but they're not. They're just deep waters, but they are very mutable. It's just like you have to have the insight to be able to see inside of the Pisces energy. But metamorphosis is here, and let me read out the book what that is. So this is discovery through darkness, transcendence of the known. See what I did? Mm-hmm. Unearthing fear, nonconformity, and breaking cycles. This is associated with the moon and Pluto. So we have the metamorphosis energy here. For some reason, my mind was going heavy to the Piscean energy. It's associated with moon, which is Cancer, and Pluto, Scorpio. So we have the trinity of the waters. Lapacho is one of the greatest protectors of the sacred, and she is welcoming you in. Archetype. I can't read the word. I know what it says. Archetypally, Paul the Arco embodies one of the faces of the dark goddess in her mighty splendor. The dark goddess is multifaceted, challenging belief systems, frailties, weaknesses, and testing our strength. Like Pluto, Lapacho demands you rebel against the ignorance of the old self and learn paradigms that inhibit the splendor of your self-expression. Her mighty darkness provides the tools to rebuild ourselves anew, triggering instant metamorphosis. Don't fear the unknown nature of mystery. The cosmic womb in its darkness births all hidden potentials into darkness. Trust and step in. You are being guided. Sounds like a hexagram, 36, right? And this is 7. This is the number of perfection. This is the number of heaven. I know my water energies. You guys are definitely going to be the spellcasters during the season. Water going in the water is poetic, you know. Can you come in the box? Yeah, when I get done doing my podcast up here. Once my podcast is done, I don't care. He said it sounds like a hexagram. 15 raised to my solar return, and that's 15 from earlier. Ooh, nice. Ashe, triple goddess of the moon. Yeah. So water being in the water, you're definitely flowing with yourself. Okay. Remember that Vedically, and on the draconic space, you're still around community. So I know a lot of water likes to go into spaces of isolation. You want to hide yourself. You want to, Crab going inside, Scorpio going inside, Pluto, Pisces being in the deep waters. It's all like I want to be on myself and separated. However, we are still in Gemini. Okay, so you still have a community around you. So if you want to be alone and separated, guess what? You're still going to attract the community that's either going to pull you out of that alone separation, or they want to be alone and separated too. And because water is such an emotional space, and and they do the most to hide the emotions to the best of their abilities. For around certain energies, they don't do a good job. Around other energies, like a lot of self-centered energies, like a Taurus or a Leo energy, they might do a good job because those energies are full of themselves a little bit more than immutable. So being mindful of that or whatever, they still have emotions, and some of them, even though they separate themselves and ostracize themselves and stuff like that, they don't really want to be by themselves. So y'all be mindful of how y'all carry our water around this season during y'all season, because y'all still are in Gemini. If you're still going to attract the community. It's just what kind of community are you attracting? The Lovers card. Ear. What kind of community are y'all attracting? Oh, that's right. Get your love. Connection. So y'all don't really need a big crowd in this space and time. Y'all really looking for like that intimate other person. Lovers card is also associated with 6, so that's equality. So y'all really just looking for that one-on-one even energy exchange. Y'all don't need a big crowd. Y'all don't need to be around a whole bunch of shit or whatever. Y'all really just need that one focusing on interpersonal relationships. It can be a romantic love. It doesn't always have to be romantic love. There's levels to the shit, but it's definitely something. Lovers card happening. It's not the big community of Gemini. It's a little bit smaller. A little zoom in a little bit more on that. 5 of Wands. Now, 5 is always a card of like disruption and chaos in the tarot world. 5 is standing in the power of your truth on the supreme mathematics, which can create chaos if other people are going against the power of your truth. But that's how you're really going to attract, bless you, this more metamorphosis of yourself and that lover energy. Is Wands is the action, allowing yourself to be in the fire. Pre-game for the Leo season, pre-game for the fire. Take action in your space. Again, like I told y'all, that isolation and me to myself and being all mysterious and doing underhanded things because I'm so mysterious and a dolo, and and it's not always malicious planning and plotting. So sometimes it's just selfish, which is not a bad word. Sometimes it's just self-centered. Sometimes it's just I just want to do this thing, or maybe you're trying to surprise somebody or something, but it's still like you are in yourself while doing it. Meanwhile, your vortex is still in Gemini. That's not matching. It's not matching. The Lovers is your birth card, 6 life path. Oh yeah. So interpersonal relationships do better for you as for because 6 is also the number of the Hermit. That's the Mercurian energy. Virgo energy is a Hermit. So it's a lot of you. I wouldn't do big crowds. You like intimacy. Intimate spaces for you. Not so much as a full-blown stage. like one-on-one counseling or small group counseling. I don't know why I'm using the word counseling, but you get what I'm saying. One-on-one or small group. It's definitely not happening here. Ew. That's because you're trying to force something on somebody that don't even believe in mathematics. It's Five of Coins again. More trouble to my water babies. Y'all really need to learn how to get y'all power, y'all truth. Y'all need to learn how to stand on y'all stand on. I know water. I'm pretty sure y'all got an earth earth element somewhere in there. Utilize that to be your backbone. Okay, to be the standard to create. Everybody got a Capricorn placement in their root chakra. Go back down to your root chakra, okay? Because I've already pulled 2 5s for y'all. That's not good. Can be pulling all these 5s. I pulled a 7, a 6, and 2 5s. So that means double trouble. But that's just going to come from you standing in your truth and speaking up. A lot of people not used to it. Okay, a lot of transformations have to happen. Metamorphoses have to happen for y'all. Okay. If y'all really focus on building and working on your interpersonal relationships instead of being on a stage and things like that, that'll help you guys a lot with these 5s. Jabora, Mercury, and Taurus. Again, like I said, find your ground in this. And they gave you the extreme one. They said Taurus. They said fix Earth. Fuck that. We ain't gonna give you Capricorn. We ain't gonna give you Virgo. We're gonna give you Taurus. That's what you need. Throat chakra on Taurus. Okay, that's what we need for y'all. Y'all throat chakra need to be on Taurus. Y'all need to stand on y'all stand on. Speak that shit up. Say it with your chest. Walk in the power of your truth and speak on the power of your truth. Reveal yourself. People tired of guessing what the fuck water be doing. Reveal yourself. Because all these, like I said, air and water, they're pretty invisible. Water uses this conception that they reflect shit. They don't. I don't know if you guys ever looked into water, but I never saw my perfect reflection in water. I don't even know if I can see my perfect reflection in earth when you look inside of a mirror or in glass, because that's earth, that's dirt. I see whatever the dirt wants me to see, but I know for a fact I'm not seeing my perfect reflection in water. So while y'all think y'all reflecting and returning energy and all that stuff like that, you're not, and you're also not standing in your truth either. So reveal yourself and stand on your stand on. Speaking on your whole life. I figure I guess we ended with water. We ended with a bang. I don't know why my nose is itching so much. It's bothering me a lot. Gratitude on your third eye. We move in gratitude. We move graciously, and still seeing 2 women together. One of them is with child. It's a heart. It's still working on those interpersonal relationships. This is the third eye. This is that Cancer energy, bringing you back to up here. Okay, bringing you back to that nurturing, feminine womb man. Bring you back to the womb, the celestial womb, the physical womb, the imaginative womb, the virtual womb, whatever womb you feel like you need to be in. Move in gratitude while you're in it. So that could be the first interpersonal relationship you work on, is going into that womb, going into that third eye. And as you learn how to handle your handle and stand on 10 toes down, because I'm pretty sure you got, multiple reflections inside of yourself that's going to battle that shit. Because for so long, y'all been walking around being so sensitive to everybody else's energy. Every time something touches y'all ripple, and y'all ripple forever. The ripples never stop. Okay, there's nowhere the ripples stop. They don't stop. They just keep going back further and further. And all the bodies of water are connected. They don't flow into each other because bodies of water know the power of separation, just like dirt. Humans are the only ones that don't fucking get it. They want to put everything in and on their bodies and next door to their houses. I don't know, whatever. And then they wonder why they age so fast. But yeah, so y'all let everybody's energy in y'all. I throw a rock in y'all ripple. I touch you, you ripple. If somebody walk past you, you want to reflect it. Just walk around with everybody shit on y'all. Okay? Especially my mutable water. Was that Pisces? Especially the mutable water, Pisces. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to reveal yourself. Wash away all those reflections that you've been holding on to yourself for so long and your experiences and stuff like that. Wash all that shit off, because none of that shit is you. And you letting a lot of that shit make decisions for you. So when you first go into your in yourself, that'll probably be the first thing. And now for wise old men, I love a good wise old man. Find you a wise old man. They gonna give it to you. They got the classic patriarchal energy and probably a classic little feminine energy in line with it. Okay, so that's my reading for my modalities, my energies. Um, I'm not going to do an astrological report because I do it every day in the mathematics. If y'all tuned into the mathematics, I do a daily astrological report at the end. On top of, if you check out my planetary forecast, I also do an astrological report with that too. Um, Maybe you should find your wise old man. Me, I have a wise old man. I have a priest that I actually need to give a phone call to. I owe him a call like 2 days ago. Um, I'm not interested in pulling a lover's card with an old man, but I'll definitely call for guidance. And so, I appreciate y'all tapping in. And so, on an overall note, let's talk about it. Really want y'all to be aware that even though your thought process is on going inward and putting yourself inside the Krabby Patty pants, I've been crying. I'm a mutable energy. My son is an immutable energy. I've just been crying. I've been crying since fucking Saturday. Crying over every little fucking thing. Water everywhere. It's water, 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 water. And that's cool. Don't try to evade that. Not dating wise. Don't try to evade that. What I'm talking about? Why is my house like this? Who's God is talking about? Your vortex is still on air. And this is a nice connection between the emotional self, like thinking about like emotional thoughts and stuff while you're having an intellectual experience, right? And learning how to communicate your emotions in intellectual spaces, and also combining your personal emotional intelligence. Like that's a nice divine alignment. You let the air and the water hang out with each other. Do you have a theory why most serial killers are mutables? Because they listen to the voices in their head. I'm a mutable sign. I got a lot of voices in my head because they build up whatever energy, and on top of that, I have a lot of mutable energy in my chart. I have my sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, and my Mars. They're all in mutable spaces. So there is a whole round table of women in my head. They're not. Are they all women? Yeah, they're all women. It's a round table of women in my head. You know, some of them do want to kill people. You know, some of them want to do like one of these numbers and be like, "Fuck this motherfucker, I don't give a fuck." Like, you know, and then some of them are like, we're not gonna do that." So it depends on what voice you listen to in your head. Like right now, the energy is in Cancer. You know, people in mutable symbols, especially if you're in a mutable fire and you don't like to deal with your emotions, and we're in this, water energy that can cause them to get so like really being their own resistance with not wanting to feel their emotions. If for some reason my mind is going towards romantic relationships, so they could be in a romantic relationship that keeps tugging on their water energy. Hello, Domini. And when it's tugging on their water energy and it's making them flow into things they don't want to flow into, like that could put them in killer mode because they're mutable. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does the Cancer do to protect itself? Start chomping that shit. Everybody has a self-defense. It's about like how far your self-defense goes. Hey, it's your question. Being a mutable energy is not easy. Being fixed is not easy too, because no matter what the energy is doing, you're always going to be the resistance, and you're basically going through life learning how to flow with the energies around you instead of always trying to control them and direct them. And then when you're cardinal in the space, you're learning how to be the initiator and the leader, which can get tiring a lot because everybody's relying on you to make the first move, no matter what the energy is. Like, damn, it's in Leo. I still got to make the first move. Yeah, motherfucker, you kind of do. You're still the initiator in your space, no matter what like element you are. Master 11 life path. Oh, me too. I'm an 11 life path. May I know what field my future spouse will be? You would have to come to me for a one-on-one because my specialty with questions like that is reading astral charts or number charts. I was about to throw shade on other people. You know what? Yep, I'm about to. I'm not one of those people that can predict shit from tarot cards. And actually, you're not supposed to predict stuff from tarot cards or oracle cards or anything. It actually goes against what the cards were created for in the beginning. So it's no prediction happening from tarot cards. And if anybody pulls cards and starts predicting stuff to you, like on that physical level, what you're talking about, then they're just saying things that sound good. And it's not to say it won't happen, because there is power in the thought and there's power in the sound and stuff. When I speak it, if I could be commanding it. And some people are so good at commanding that they can make their tarot cards come true. But pulling cards is not supposed to predict what it is that you do. But I can pull a card for you if you want a card pulled for you. And I can pull that before I pull the collective card and close this out. So I'll do that. But they act on each voice. Serial killers listen to all of the voices. Exactly, they listen to all of them, but they act on each voice. So yeah, and sometimes one of them, there don't be no sympathy voices in them joints. I don't want to be around no old man. Not no. Okay, I got you, Denise. Okay, you got commune. Psilocybin. Do you do shrooms, baby? You should do a shroom. You want to commune, you want to communicate. This is Pluto and the sun. So empowerment, solar plexus chakra, energy, and your experiences. So the community that you attract, because even though tropically we're in Cancer, we're still Vedically in Gemini. So this is probably more so Gemini vibe for you. You're probably more so in tuned into your Vedic and your constellation. You want to know what's in your vortex more so you care about your thoughts, which I could tell by that first question you asked me about the field of your future spouse. So you more so care about constellation setup. So you probably need to be more in tune with your nakshatras than you need to be with the tropical chart. So while a thought process is in Cancer, you want to learn how to commune with your community, be around your space. And I'm gonna read the card for you too. Hold on a second. On the page. So this is communing with the sacred, connecting to otherworldly energy, remote viewing, regeneration through union, coming together with a tribe, and finding cosmic family. Los Niños Santos have come to tell you that you have arrived to your place of power. They are beacons of light on earth and offer psychic healing on a collective level. Los Niños Santos are asking you to tune in and commune with the ancestors and powers that be to further develop your power. Psilocybin floods our body with light codes, loosening the knots we volunteer to protect through the journey of life. Don't resist the profound teachings. Relax into higher mind as you commune with its loving awareness. As you find home within, commune to others' experiences that support you. Connect to nature and the extensive community of energies that are lovingly there awaiting your conscious arrival. Mm-hmm. Commune with the spirits and channel the wisdom provided with sure-footed spontaneity. Oh, when you come around the community that supports you, you'll know it. His future wife might be the plug for them shrooms, right? Right? You have La Maison Dieu. Ooh, you got the Tower card, which is Mars. And this is a connection between your Hod, which is your 8th sphere, that's Sabet labeling, and your Netzach, which is 7. So connecting your, see that? Connecting those two sides of yourself, your solar plexus chakra, your activator, moving things, getting things moving, okay? All right, so now here's the collective reading, and then I'm gonna close y'all out. We have ginseng. Y'all know I love the motherfucking magician card. Of course, in fact, I never pulled this card before, and I really like the way it looks. This is the magician card. This is ginseng. And no. And this is number 40, which is stability, stabilizing. See? It looks like it has a little bit of Wheel of Fortune situation going on too. But that is the magician card here. And I'm going to read it. Master manifester, boundless energy, potential, resourcefulness, and expansion. Because ginseng provides longevity and creative energy within each person. And the shape of the root resembles a human figure, symbolic of its deeply restorative effect on the body mind. It's the most studied herb in modern day research, but long before North America was colonized. See, coming back to what I told y'all, we've been doing this shit before these motherfuckers came over here with these red hats on. Native American people use ginseng as medicine. Um, and then ginseng, like the magician in tarot, embodies the wizardry and brilliance. You are a master manifester, and now it is the time to. What are you? Can we relax? Embodies the wizardry and brilliance. You are a master manifester, and now it is the time to sow the seeds of your dreams to bring your intentions to fruition. The tools, skills, and wisdom you gathered have led you to this moment. Ginseng's unique signature trait reminds you to keep a clear vision consistently unmotivated by ego, which is status, money, and vanity, to manifest a deeply powerful and creative light in alignment to your higher self. Reverse ginseng reminds you not to fall into the trap of empty intentions just because of the obsessive focus on the end result. Deeply listen and realize to the wizard within and act solely with the intention for the greater good. Okay? So we're getting into this dreamy energy of Cancer, right? And so now it's time to really like embody that. Like you have the ability to manifest what you want using your spiritual self. It doesn't always have to be physical, and let me do you. Psilocybin and magician back to back, definitely some magic in the air, right? And that's what I feel every time I deal with like water too much, you know. I always feel like it's like magical, you know. Water is very majestic because like how do you get these two airs to come together and make this liquid? And then the liquid has like a whole like system and life cycle of its own for real. You know, you got the life cycle of water and the different places it travels to. It goes all the way up to the cosmos and rains back down. Like, isn't that fire? Like, it's cosmic. Yeah, that's the power of Jupiter and Uranus. My bad. I meant to say that. So Jupiter is that generosity and luck and optimism. That's the sacral chakra. Remember, I told you Uranus is so far out. It's not even on our lower self chakras. It's in our auric chakras because Uranus is the progressive push. And then we have the reverse King of Pentacles. Okay, y'all be mindful being stuck all in the physical stuff because that shit's gonna get taken away from y'all. Y'all gonna be walking around with this dank ass attitude. Okay. Be careful with getting so caught up in the physical of things and always wanting to like, you know, I need the things, I need the stuff, I need to do the things, I need to do the stuff. Like, cause that's gonna bring you to a space of discontentment, y'all. Please know that we as in water, we're not gonna get to earth energy till we get to Virgo. Okay? We're not there yet. In fact, we're just giving birth. Water is the womb. We're giving birth. And then we go into the fire. Leo, fire, back into the thought. So now we start with the thought, and then we're going to like condense into the physical with the earth. Okay? I'm sorry. I said fire is the thought. Fire is the action. Excuse me. It's the light, though. It's the Big Bang light. It's the action. It's the get her done before it cools and condenses into earth and solidifies into your space. So remember, in this spot, we are dealing with our intuition, the womb. We're conceiving. Conception is happening now in the water. It started off with the thought and Gemini, the air. Everything started with thought. Now it's being conceived in the womb with our emotional stuff. This is why a woman's emotions is very important when she's having sex in the realms of conception. This is why casual sex is very dangerous when y'all be getting randomly pregnant because you are affecting the temperament of the baby inside of the womb. Okay? All that shit is being captured inside those waters. It's very thick waters in the womb, y'all. It's very thick waters in there. And then you shooting your water up and the energy is not in alignment. Those emotions matter. Divine art, absolutely. And then once it's done conceiving and it's sitting in the womb and it's, you know, doing this thing, being incubated in the waters, then we come into the fire, okay, the action of it, and then we condense into the physical. So right now we're just in the emotional space of the creation. Yep, recycling. Hey, Black Boy. Nine of Swords, completion of your intellectual self. Reaching your highest intellectual self. Nine is the number of humanitarianism, how you give it back to others. Okay, and as you can see, it's somebody down here. She is on her knees. She's giving homage, okay, to the mother energy. And you see she's in blue. That's water. Okay, so this one right here is showing that divine connection between the swords and the water. And this one that's giving honors to doing that. Okay? I can pick a card for you. Just give me a minute. I'm almost done this. The collective. I don't want to interrupt the collective. So now we're going to get into the Kabbalah things. Like I say, overall, as the body of us, what do we focus on? Thought creates action. Absolutely. We are at the right place at the right time. And we are spiritual beings living a human experience, macro and micro alignment. Yes. Thought creates action. Yep. And this is Page of Wands, Earth and Fire. So we are in Malkuth with the shits, bringing this all down to our earthly self. This is what we want to focus on, your lower self, and how to bring that water to your earthly self. It's no more this or that. Oh, if I'm in my crown chakra and I'm collecting amethyst, I can't be around the physical world anymore. No, they blend together. They go together. It's the reason why we are here having a human experience. If you don't want to have a human experience, die. For real, for real. If you want to be all up in your crown chakra and only want to be in your higher self, then get rid of your body. You don't need your body. I didn't mean to say die because you don't die. Get rid of your body. You don't need your body. Forgiveness is more than saying sorry. And this is associated with the third eye. Work on forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. Big rhino in the room, it's a little boy. So you're going to go back to your inner child to work on this forgiveness, because your inner child is the reason why this forgiveness is not occurring in the first place. And the fact that it has something to do with your third eye, you're going to be comforted with that Cancer energy as you walk into that. I'm going to hold y'all. My Pluto is in the fourth house, and my Chiron is the only Cancer placement I had. My wounds are over there. And so that resonates. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Right. Everybody wants to go. So that's why that right there, Romeo, I'm sorry. Everybody wants to go to heaven, and you can go to heaven here. And that's why there's a lot of non-physical and physical energies that are jealous of the people over here on this side of the hemisphere. They're so jealous that they're lying to us about what the maps look like, who we are, where we from. They got us thinking that we from Africa, we wear red feathers on our head, we from Europe, we from all these places, but from where the fuck we at? But we've been here for hundreds of years. We were here before Leif Erikson and all the motherfuckers, but somehow we're not from here. We're from a whole continent of hundreds of languages and thousands, if not millions, of tribes. That's how much they're trying to pinpoint and narrow it down for us. Meanwhile, we actually been over here. You know what I'm saying? So everybody wants to. They are upset that the people over here have the ability to go to heaven and be in the physical body. We can do both. It's the fact that you think that you have to die to go to heaven that's a problem, or you're living in a hell, or to live means to not be in the garden or not to be in heaven. The fact that we think that those are two separate concepts and they can't come together, that's a part of the problem here. And that's what I hope that this Cancer sun brings y'all to the realization, put it back together. Neglect. Ooh, don't neglect y'all plants, y'all. Water yourself. This is 3-0. Creation, understanding, expression, and emotions in your space, in your cipher. Don't neglect watering yourself. Don't neglect nurturing yourself. Don't neglect doing that for others around you either. That's all Cancer energy is, the nurture. Gotta tap into the waters within the earth, reprogram the waters to higher vibration. I agree. I definitely agree with that. More of that. Because that's a really dope way to connect the two. The fact that we have water, earth, air, and fire and electricity on this planet. Ooh, rule protection. That wasn't by, I mean, I guess I was supposed to say that. That wasn't by accident. Well, it was by accident, but rule 4, stability. Let this be the key here. 4th house is Cancer house. And then we walk into Leo right after. Okay? This is the sun and Pluto. And then it has the infinity symbol right on top. I didn't pull that on purpose, but it wanted to be seen for y'all. Everybody, our body equals earth. Exactly. In fact, our body has all 5 elements in it. That's the wild part. You have all 5 elements in your body, and we think we have to do one or get rid of one to have the other. We have to eat all 5 elements. We have to be around all 5 elements. We need all 5 elements inside of us and outside of us to survive. The earth does too. The earth has all 5 elements. The universe has all 5 elements. Everybody has all 5 elements. It's not one without the other one. 5 extremities, 5 limbs, 5, 5, 5. 5 is standing in the power of our truth. Mm-hmm. Hold on a second. I'm busy. It's difficult to do that. Cancers don't tap to themselves and still on the verge of losing themselves. And well, if you look at how a crab is set up, the crab's eyes are outside of themselves. The eyes are out here looking, always looking, and the claws are next to the eyes. Okay? So it's always like defense mode. Same thing with Scorpius energy. Claws and the stingers, they're always out. Everything is the hardiness is out. It's not really much capacity to look inward. And that's why you use all your energy, not just your sun sign. To use just your sun sign, your sun is your ego. And that's what's wrong with the way we've been indoctrinated as well. We've been indoctrinated to only deal with our ego. And then they fucking duped people. They got these fake ass spiritualists talking about some kill your ego, I'm having an ego death. The fuck is an ego death? You need your ego. You about to leave Earth or something? You finna ascend or something? The fuck are you killing your ego for? How are you going to survive here without your fucking ego? Like, who told you that? And just be listening to anybody on here with dreads and crystals around them and shit. We can't keep doing that. Your ego is a part of you. You need your ego for survival, but your ego is not the only thing. They had us caught up in our ego. Oh, I'm a Virgo. Oh, I'm this. I'm not. I'm not. Actually, you're not. You're not that. Because you are a spirit having a human experience. Your human experience, my human experience is Virgo. I am a Leo. Okay? I am fire having a Virgo experience. My ego is in Virgo. My Virgo is helping me survive. My Virgo helps my Leo navigate through this physical world. You know what I'm saying? That's how you look at it. So for someone to say, oh, I'm a Cancer, or somebody's a Cancer, they're not really looking into themselves. That's because they're caught up in their ego. They're caught up in the human experience. They don't see themselves as a spirit having a human experience. They see themselves as a human having a human experience. And that affects the fact that they're not going to look inward because they're not going to tap into their other chakras. They're not going to tap into their other elements or modalities or nothing like that to look inside themselves like they could. We're not going to do that. The balance is so key. We must tap into all elements. Also, yeah, you got all the elements and all the signs in you. If you have 7 chakras, you already got all the elements and signs in you. It's just a matter of how they're configured because you are a snowflake. Every snowflake has the same elements in them, but it's how are they configured that makes that certain pattern that they have. And no 2 snowflakes are alike, so nobody has your pattern. Y'all got, yeah, we all got the same elements, but we don't have the same pattern with those elements. Okay. Us Cancers need solitude to discern direction for our deep energy. Right. And that's why Cancers have the shell on the outside. They do need the solitude because it is very difficult for them to see inside themselves with the way that the crab eyes are out. So it's like a lot of like internal work inside and all that stuff that needs to happen. But I'm sure you already know it, honestly. You play the magician card on all your energies. You don't just sit and use your Cancer. For some people who just sit and use their Cancer, that really fucks them up because they don't use any of the energies that'll help them look inside. Your ego is Leo, yeah. So your Leo energy is helping your rising sign navigate here. They will utilize that for innovation. Yeah. If they don't, if they're always looking outward and not inward, it's always going to be everybody else's fault, everybody else's doing, everybody else's contribution. Oh, this event happened. Oh, that happened. That happened. Their eyes are outward. You know, if they don't have no awareness, like I know the Cancer that you're talking about, he doesn't have awareness of self. So because he doesn't know he's a crab, all he sees is outside of himself. Like, oh my God, the seagulls, the sand, the sun, the ocean, all these things. Do you know what you are? You don't even know what you are. You're just looking at all that shit around you, like all these things out to get me, blah, 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 blah. Like, that doesn't help. You have to know what you are so that you can, help yourself. So I'm gonna play this last clip from Remedy H, reminding y'all, they not like us. They not like us. So stop trying to be like them, the fuck. And I'm gonna let y'all go.
They say, well, this council sitting up watching them do this stuff to us. Let me tell you something. You're talking about the Supreme Cosmic Council, you got a whole freaking cosmos. Even though you have this universe, they're universal councils that come together that create the Supreme Cosmic Council. But you know how big this universe is, all right? So as councils, we make certain decisions in certain planets, certain galaxies to help bring balance, all right? All right. Let's get to it here. When these Moors came and invaded, all right, they knew what they were doing. Council informed me that it was not when in the Bible, when they talk about Jacob and all these, what they call Israelites, these were Moors. They were Moors, okay? And they were the ones who came here and scouted the planet. They came through ships and scouted the planet. All right? They scouted the planet. They found out information on us. And those were the ones who said, our God. Who is their God? All right? The created God, Allah. All right? Because anybody who's under Moorish rule, what are they? They're Islam. They're Islamic. So the Moors are the progenitors of Islam. They brought Islam here. All right. They worked with the whites, who they also brought here, because many of the whites were their slaves, but then they brought the other whites a little later on, and they're all artificial intelligence. They're all clones. So they were their slaves. They were not our slaves. The whites were the slaves to the Moors, not to the indigenous people, not to us, not to the Atlanteans. We didn't have slaves, all right, because we're nature. But the whites were slaves to the Moors, all right? They brought the whites here, all right, many of the whites. That was a spell broadcasted over the realm that caused us to go into a sleep state. When they said, our God, and I just go back to what I was talking about, that was something that happened, that was something that was casted that caused the giants to fall, all right? Caused the giants to fall and crystallize, all right? So it was all done under the Moorish dealings. They had giants as well. They brought giants here to fight the giants. They came to fight us. When they put us in the deep sleep, because when our ancestors were put into this deep sleep, what happened? time stopped. As far as us, as far as our evolution, time stopped. All right. Then came a couple of their leaders that came together. One of their leaders was this Moor right here. All right. Was this Moor right here, known as Mansa Musa. All right. He was a Moor. That's one of their Moors that came here. All right. It was Mansa Musa. And another one that came here as well, which was Julius Caesar. All right. And the rest of their leaders, I don't know the rest of their leaders, but they were the ones, while we were in the sleep state, that created the Council of Nicaea. All right. The Council of Nicaea was created by them. They created the religions. They needed us to follow those religions. All right. So it wasn't the whites that created it, but they needed us to think it was the whites to put things away from them. All right. I'm letting you all, you Moorish.
This for the gentrifiers. This for the gentrifiers. Papa Legba, Yeshua, Ilegua, come out, Papa Legba, Yeshua, Ilegua, come out, Papa Legba, Yeshua, Ilegua, come out. 'Cause this is our land. Yes, we was here first. They came here on a boat. They'll leave here in a hearse. They'll leave here through the dirt. They're going through the earth. We're channeling their ancestors to undo their curse. 'Cause once upon a time, we all could read and write. That legalese is lies. Strong men spelled cursive ties. Strong men all caps disguise. They've gentrified our lives. We've redefined their sights. We've redefined their kind. Yes, this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. This shit here is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose it. Yes, this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. Yes, this shit is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose it. When you chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor you gon' choose? Play their game, but by our rules. I'm Queen Annie the Maroon. I am Queen of Dongo. I am Queen of Zinga. I am Yenaga. I'm Carlotta and Fermina. 'Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor you gon' choose? 'Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor you gon' choose? 'Cause I am a goddess. I am a priestess. I chant these mantras and they all repeat it. If we make a promise, this land we gon' seize it. Get vengeance for Mother Earth treason. This for the gentrifiers. This for the gentrifiers. This for the gentrifiers. This for the gentrifiers. Repetition of empires. Invading land with gunfire. Slavery not posters for hire. Income not what you desire. Outcome working jobs for hours. Mindset waiting to retire. Never stop working for dollars. 'Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. Which ancestor you gon' choose? When you chant, they gonna lose. 'Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. Which ancestor we gon' choose? When we chant, they gonna lose. Ashe, I mean, my spirit guides come in with that sin. My ancestors defend. I got that juice to transcend. Ashe, I mean, my spirit guides come in with that sin. My ancestors, I got that juice to transcend. 'Cause I am a Santi, I am a Sata, I am a host, I am a homie, I am a Tamba. Yes, I am a Tamba. 'Cause I am a Santi, I am a Sata, I am a host, I am a homie, I am a Tamba. Yes, I am a Tamba. Yes, this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. When we chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor we gon' choose? Hey, choose. 'Cause when we chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor we gon' choose?
Mess with the wrong witch. And she knows it. And now you know